Welcome to the Greypilled podcast, where truth's unveiled, exploring the depths beyond what is retail. Conspiracies, esoteric knowledge so enthralling. Open up your mind, let's dive into the sprawling. Oh yeah. Greypilled awaken, question what you know. Peeling back the layers, let your curiosity grow. Uncover hidden realities, break the mold. Come take the journey, let your mind unfold.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Greypilled podcast. I am your host, Jules. If you've been here before, you know me. And my wife, Olivia.
Hello.
Mrs. Greypilled, everybody.
Good evening, everyone.
She's here with me tonight. We have two OGs in the house, two real heavy hitters, guys. We have Project Chaney and we have Thomas, the paranoid motherfucking American.
Woo woo.
Two of the good guys. So I'm happy to have y'all, man. It's a privilege to have y'all.
I'm super stoked to have
Let's do it, man. You guys are always fun. It's always like an unexpected surprise. Something always happens. So I'm looking forward to see what
I
it is.
feel like I have to act together a lot better tonight. I'm not drinking excessively.
Well, we haven't really drank all week.
No,
I talked about it last
It
night.
doesn't have to be drinking. It could be anything. This might be
I mean, you know, just,
you didn't realize it.
So there's some, I kind of this is my problem is I really like to go into things very prepared. That's just kind of my personality type is I like to really have all the preparations and all the things. And the problem is I don't have any time for that. So I just quickly jotted down some things that I was like pondering on, but some things that I thought would be cool to talk to you guys about tonight. And to ask you guys about, but I'm not as prepared as I wanted to be, but whatever.
We're yammery. You don't even have to be that. We're both chatty, Thomas and I, and probably can go anywhere about anything. Sometimes I'll debate with myself, and halfway through the conversation, I hear myself say it, and I'm like, I don't even know if I believe that anymore.
Hey, that's cool that you do that. I'm the same way. Well, so one of the things I guess we could start with, is that cool? Can I just go ahead and start?
Well, I mean, you can start talking. Yeah, we can just. I mean, we're just chilling. You don't have
Okay, I know.
Hey, Chaney. Bobby was asking. He said, "I don't know of Chaney. Please don't take it wrong, but Guy or Goyelle?" Well, dude.
It's okay. It happens a lot. I feel like
Man,
there's
Chaney's
men
that chick, dude.
in the world that are like really insecure. Like it's like cold weather on their dick if they see a girl with short hair who actually is really well informed and usually more informed than them, who has a hotter wife a lot of the time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, is that a guy or a goyim? And I'm like, who says that?
What is Goyim?
No, he was saying girl, but he spelled it, I guess, like he was saying it.
He was saying it like he was.
He said
probably because people identify all kinds of different ways.
Bobby, if you're not familiar with Chaney, man, you need to go follow her, dude.
Definitely follow Chaney.
You would love her content, dude.
And since the question was thrown out, this is my 7th year since successfully transitioning. One of the earlier ones in Florida, full transition.
Hey, Chaney, actually, that's something great that we could start with. Speaking of men taking women the wrong way, I recently, so this is super random, but basically, I have some friends who like to bet on sports, all right, sports games, and it's one of the first times that I was hanging out at their house and they're watching a baseball game. And I wasn't, they're pretty wealthy, very wealthy. I was not aware that they had like bet on this game, right? And so I start watching and I immediately am like, oh, this team's
She's been dying to tell somebody this.
And
besides me.
I've been talking to a couple friends at work about it. So I'm like, oh, this team is gonna win. And they're like, They just literally these dudes, and they just met me too. So I think they just automatically like I'm such an anomaly to people because they think I'm going to be this like idiot. You know what I mean? They don't think I'm going to be intellectual or a deep thinker, or because really like I work in the beauty industry, but I'm very, very philosophical. I'm very much a deep thinker. And I'm very intuitive too, which I'm like slowly learning how to trust my gut and my intuition more. But it was just so obvious to me. I'm like, this is the team that's gonna win. And they're like, what? And then like they were kind of pissed off and annoyed because they're like, well, no, we want this other team to win. And I'm like, oh, they're not gonna win. And they're just like, they just totally ignored me completely. Like literally, they're just like, what is this dumb bitch talking about? Whatever. Let's watch our game. And I'm like, no, can't you tell? Like, especially with baseball, it's so obvious to me because each player goes up to bat and you can just really see them. I could read people. So each time one of them comes up, I can just kind of tell like what vibration they're on, or I don't know how to explain it. I can tell basically, I can tell like to me, it's almost like whichever team is more synchronized. What?
Toad from Tower Gang has a sports betting show called Better Off Dead.
Well, all these people bet from probabilities and stuff.
JC.
What I've been doing, I haven't been betting, but anyways, long story short, hold on, don't interrupt me. Sorry. Basically, no, sorry.
That was funny.
It was funny. I'm sorry. I'm just ADD.
Guys, she's leading me tonight. She's leading the show tonight.
I love you.
I'm just here.
So
she could just go to Vegas and screw off with you. I mean, just put it to the real test, right?
What with like my?
This is exactly what I don't want to cut you off, and but I was gonna even say like Thomas has this whole thing about Vegas games and how maybe they all were one-time magical rituals or like some predictive stuff that different mages or oracles or things throughout time would use. And so he always talks about these games of chance and how we treat them like games, but could they be sniping muses? Like what you're saying, like let's say you were to walk through a casino and you stand behind Thomas and he starts winning. And I notice that, she was just standing over there with Jules and Jules was winning. It's not either of them that are winning. Is there something energetic about you that's a muse? And so other people, are they inspiring in that way? Or are they feeling inspired that you can just feel it? Like where people are like, they're in flow state.
Like, that's like, like with baseball to me, like I'm not a sports person. I've never been one to pay attention to sports. I don't care. I did ballet for years and I sing, but like, it was just so obvious to me which team believed that they were going to win more. Essentially, I could just tell because I can just read people that I was like, oh, these dudes, like they went to bed early. They're prayed up. They believe they've got it in the bag. I'm like, these dudes, they thought they had it in the bag. And then they went and got drunk last night. Like they're all, this dude's energy is over here. This dude's energy is up here. This dude's energy is down here. And every time it's the team whose energy seems the most synchronized is the team that wins. So again, I go over to their house another time and I'm like, oh, this team's, they're definitely going to win. And this time they're like, what the heck? How do you know this? How do you know that? And I'm just like, I can tell.
Did you see this in horses or is it just people?
Well, it's definitely people. I know people bet on that.
Like you're starting to become more aware of it.
Hey, but hold on. I don't know if it's right to use the ability.
It depends on how you spend the money.
But okay, let me.
Bam, bro. Exactly.
We can donate some to a charity every game.
My heart is definitely in the right place. I would want
guys
to just donate.
When y'all hear her
recent predictions,
her predictions, and like the date of the note that she took these predictions.
Yeah, I have receipts. So recently, I predicted.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah.
I thought it was 8, but I went back and counted. I think it was 7. Hold on. 6 out of 7 of the most recent NFL games, my predictions of who would win were correct. And the only one that I got wrong, I only got it wrong because My son was the one asking me, and he was like, I really want this team to win. And I felt bad because a lot of the teams that he wanted to win, I was like, I'm hearing that it's the other team. So I'm like, and I felt bad because I kept saying the team that he didn't want to win was going to win because that was what my intuition was telling me. So I said the Titans instead of, I don't even know where that team's from. He just literally, he threw out teams.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee.
He threw out teams at me. And so, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's why. And
because my whole family's from Tennessee.
And so Judah was
like,
I really want the Titans to win. And so I was like, I think that messed me up. Other than that, every single other one, I have no idea, like any of the stats. I have the receipts. I will show it to you guys. I will show you the day, the note that I wrote. I was right on all of them. And so then he like starts checking the scores later in the day, and he's like, Mom, what? And so I recorded him, and he's like, what, like, how did you do this? And then he's like, all right, this team's playing right now. Which one's winning right now? And I just hear it. And so I tell him.
You want to hear something really inspiring too, is that when it comes to sports betting, you only have to get better than a coin flip. You only have to do better than 50% to be somewhat credible. And anything beyond that is just like cherry on top. So even if you started with 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7 and kept running with this, some people, they end up getting more popular, not through like their success in betting, but just telling other people how to be successful in betting. And like, you're already on the path for that.
Yeah. If you were just like, I'm hearing this and you just figured out a thing, you never have to bet to tell people how you think. And there's sites out there. I'll tell you a real thing. Like one, I think most of the main sports that we know are probably rigged. Like most of them. Like I think a lot of it with Vegas is just like some way to launder money and them change over stuff. And they have like these boxing fights and the red and blue and stuff like that. That makes sense. I am also saying that I'm a huge, my bread and circus is the UFC. I love MMA fighting. And I did an MMA podcast for years. I love it.
Oh, really? That's badass.
On it. Like, but my predictions when I would break down fights and learn everything in a very logical manner, let's say I was at 55, 60%. Now I just go on my gut. Like I shut my eyes and I picture the fight. I can see it now. And now, like last year I was at 70%. And this year, like the last fight night, I got 10 of 11 fights right. And
there you go. There you go.
So it's just like, oh, like, and perfect, right? Where it's like knockout in the second, submission in the first, like it, like perfect, right? Like I saw exactly how the fight would go, like every shot. And so I'm like, I think there is tons of websites. You don't necessarily have to deal with money. Money just is some sort of currency. So there's even people that like, they say like, even giving a tithe at a church is just like a currency exchange. It has nothing to do with a monetary value as much as you putting intention into your prayer. Like there's like everything about energy like that. So you don't have to bet money to actually like go online, create an account on X and just be like, here's my fight picks. And then here's wrong or right. And then you just break down your own. People will start following you. You start like, and you can break it down instead of the same way everybody else would. You could be like, I got a vision of this, and this is why I think this team. You could tell them why. But once you're held accountable on the main stage for it, like I use a site with other UFC predictors. So I'm like, holy shit. Like I can see my number like tick, tick, tick. Like the more I just trust my intuition. And sometimes it's huge underdog. Like huge where it's like makes no sense. And I'm like, no, I know he's gonna win. And I just have all faith in it. It's weird.
Yeah.
So do you guys crazy about that too? That if you had a team that just trained themselves to look so confident for like the thing that you look for, right? Like whatever that vibe is, if the team just trained to like exude that vibe, there's probably a statistical chance they'd actually just win just from like getting to that sort of synchronicity, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Like hitting a flow state together. They would just be dancing together. Their chemistry would be good.
Right. Totally. I mean, I think that's what I can sense with baseball when I'm watching.
Saga in the locker room.
And after every
Locker room.
That place, the locker room, yes.
Should I go see if it's Judah? Hey, I'm really sorry.
Our son is staying the night.
Do it.
You can plug it up. Our son's staying the night at a friend's house, so he's
real life.
Yeah.
Real life stuff you can totally. Thomas had to take care of a bee guy
Oh, wow.
yesterday
Yeah, dude, it
on the
was bee
podcast.
holocaust up in here. You have any idea the price differential between a like no kill bee removal versus just some dude that's ready to spray as much poison in a small space as he can in about 20 minutes? It was night and day, and unfortunately, Joe Biden's economy killed hundreds, if not thousands, of bees this week.
Yeah, I bet it killed more than just bees, dude.
And you know what's even crazier is the reason that we had those bees is because one of our neighbors decided for about a year that they were going to become beekeepers, and they were going to have like a little thing, and then they came out and they had a little sign in the front yard that was like free honey or whatever. And then at some point they just decided they didn't want to do it anymore, and guess where those bees freaking ended up?
Where?
My backyard. But what's even cooler
Oh,
is
dude, the bees were attracted to you, Thomas. They liked your energy and they came to you.
But I sprayed the hell out of them for so long, and this is really unfortunate. And I think some people need to hear this.
Why'd you spray them?
Bees, because it costs too much to not spray them.
Are you the ones that bore the holes into wood and stuff?
Correct. Yeah, it was those guys. But they still spread pollen, and they still, I guess, can produce. But here's what I kind of freaked me out is that bee travels up to 2 miles in order to collect pollen and then come back home and convert that into honey, right? Any pollen that they bring back that has pesticides or insecticides or herbicides or any sort of toxic chemicals of any kind, chemtrails, whatever, it makes it into that honey, and there is no process that the bees go through that purify that. So it's something like 65% of honey has all these horrible toxins in it. And there's really no test, because if you test it, then you can't sell the honey. There's like one country, I think it's New Zealand's the only one that has any of these tests for it. And the craziest part is that the best way to not get herbicides or insecticides into your honey is to use such strong insecticides that the bees die before they can make it the 2 miles back home in order to bring it into the nest. So anyways, yeah. If you got like one of those local bee places and it's like, we make it all locally, you're guaranteed you're eating Roundup. Like 100% you're eating Roundup.
This is why we have to pray over our food before we eat it.
But isn't honey itself is an antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-cancer, antifungal? So maybe that stuff wouldn't stay alive in the honey itself. Like even honey, like if you cut a tree, like if your tree's injured, you can put honey on your tree and it heals it. Like honey is such a like magical ingredient.
Chaney, you got to look at some of this stuff as glass.
So then what is sap?
Sap?
It's kind of the same thing.
It's like the tree, like secreting fluids.
Yeah.
You know the scene in Jurassic Park.
Tree's not jacking off, obviously.
Is a sap. Right.
What scene in Jurassic Park?
Or they take the amber and there's a mosquito trapped in the amber and they like extract the dinosaur DNA out of the mosquito. That's kind of going to be what humans do, except they're going to find honey and they're going to find these like weird neurotoxic sort of compounds that we made instead of our DNA that'll be in there. But that'll be like our legacy in 1 million years from now, is that aliens or whoever comes are going to be able to like reconstruct Roundup.
Oh gosh, I wish I could have my phone over here. I had a conversation with AI recently about gray aliens. And
is that where molasses
if they are humans from the future, because that's one of the most like terrifying.
Where does molasses come from? I don't know.
Anyways, the conversation
tree, right?
Like maple trees.
What does molasses?
That's maple syrup.
It's okay. Yeah.
That's maple molasses.
Oh, you're reading
maple. They call their molasses something totally different. Maple sap. They're like, this is syrup.
Okay, so I wrote down some more stuff though that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Chaney, I wanted to ask you about. I think we talked about this briefly when we all did a show together about the OA.
Okay.
So tell me,
here we go.
Tell me your thoughts about the show. I don't have.
She's been wanting to talk about this
down about it,
so.
Or anything I've written about it like on hand. So like we could maybe plan a podcast where we could like go more.
Yeah.
about
It
the
could
show?
be a whole deep dive OA podcast, and I would.
Can we plan that
we'd love to
together?
do that.
Yeah, it's one thing, or I know it might even totally. I'm like, it's something that like all my favorite ladies in my life, like the two girls on Secret Society of Good Guys, Abby and Layla, and
Yeah.
then also my Maria 777. Like we geek out on this show. Like we talk about it all the time and have this like, and the way that other shows and just losing your memory in a way,
Friends
or
to talk about the show with.
Right.
walk into another person or yourself. Like some people can remember their first memory, but it's not like you remember every day in between. And so you kind of have these memories that could there be other times in that same kind of way. I think the OA, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's the Omega Alpha. And I don't want to give anything away by it, but it's like there's movements and tones and sound, but it kind of changes dimensional things.
I don't think you can give it away.
I
Even if
can't.
you
I know, it's
wanted to
too much.
spoil away, it would be so hard. Like you'd have to be like, all right, sit down for 8 hours and I'm gonna tell you what happens.
It's
And
like
then
your
watch it, and
dreams
then watch it
attached to
again, and then watch
death,
it
attached
one
to
time.
other universe. Like it's a whole big.
Well, if you could summarize just in a way, which this is really difficult.
This is what I'll say about the OA. And this is a conclusion that I've come to with a whole bunch of awesome people. Like it is not my conclusion, but I think we are season 3. And that is why the show isn't there right now.
I agree. I completely agree. And so what I wonder is, I definitely think that they, well, you know, I know that the creators of the show, right? Like they studied all these different things, read all these esoteric texts in the Bible and studied all these. They spent like, I think 7 years creating the show.
Did they say what text
writing the show
they had read
they
besides
said
the
that
Bible?
they literally spent years in the Beverly Hills library just reading everything. And I think, so like, I wonder your thoughts on this. I think part of the reason that the show resonates so deeply is because of the research that was done prior to the, you know, creating the show. It's like, it's this sense of this underlying truth.
Well, this is a whole crazy thing, like, and another shout out to Abby because she really introduced me to the Russian dream hackers. And so that whole idea is what I had heard about it because the girl who created it, the star of the show, she had studied all of this stuff. Yeah, she had studied all this Russian dream hacking. So then to hear it in this real way, and then to hear esoteric guys like John D, and then you just said Mind Palace earlier, all of those guys kind of, they knew about this Russian dream hacking. And so that
I actually don't know about the Russian dream. I know about a lot of the elements of the show, but not
I have some people that I don't think know what the OA is, guys. The OA is a show on Netflix. There's a couple things that I wanted to address real fast before you get into this. It's a show on Netflix. Made by Britt Marling, right? And she's the main character.
Do you know how to pronounce
this other guy?
Zoll. His last name begins with a B.
I forget.
Anyways, it was canceled after season 2, but it was bizarre that it was canceled.
Brad Pitt was I think he was a producer on it too.
Yeah,
is it gone now? Is it like not coming back?
Well, yeah, I doubt it's coming back to Netflix. But you know, as soon as the show hit 7 years old, I think,
unfortunately,
like recently, in fact, when I started rewatching it again years later, it began trending on Netflix again. And when I tell you, like, that show, when I rewatched it, like recently, it literally put me in a state of like, you know, when I did like a year and a half ago.
Oh, that wasn't recently.
Like, when I tell you that the show was communicating with me, I sound schizophrenic, but I'm not. I've talked to my psychologist about this very thoroughly, and I'm not. All right. When I tell you, literally, I am watching the show, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all. When I rewatched it, when I began rewatching it, it was like where my path was at that point in time. And the show was exactly on the same path. It like my dad had died, and I'm like, you know, I had this much faith left in literally anything when my dad was killed. And then you know, I'm trying to hold on to that. And then finally I'm like, my sister would ask for a sign, ask my dad for a sign, ask God for a sign, whatever, and then she'd get it the next day, you know. And so finally I conjured up enough faith to ask for a single sign. And I'm like, okay, well, my sister kept asking for feathers, and she'd go on a walk to work and she'd find a feather every day. And I'm like, you know, very scientific. My brain's just very.
It had to be the right sign.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, okay, you know, you're on a walk through the forest, so maybe it's just that you're finding.
My sign is I want to find $100 bill every day. Get on it.
You know what I mean? Well, and so then finally I'm like, all right, okay, like, Dad, if you can hear me, God, if you can hear me, like, you know, send me a feather. We live in a new neighborhood. I get out of the car the next day and I look down at my foot and there's a tiny feather. We don't have any trees like here in our yard. So I'm like, huh, interesting. So then I ask again. Then I'm driving down the same road that I drive every single day to go to the grocery store. And I might have told this already on a podcast. Anyways,
okay.
When I tell you, it literally,
There may be some people
for whatever reason,
last time.
it rained feathers where I drive every day. I haven't seen anything like this before in my entire life.
A bird got hit, I think, but
obviously
it happened like
no,
right before.
No, yes, definitely something got hit, because why else would it have rained feathers everywhere? When I tell you, I still to this day, I tell people around here, I'm like, what do you think this was? And they're like, I have no idea. That wasn't a goose. I have the feathers still. I have a video of it. There were thousands of white giant plumes everywhere where I drive every single day, as if it rained feathers everywhere.
Got sucked into like a jet engine.
Literally, there were thousands of them. I have no idea. I've never seen anything before like it in my life. And so I just kept experiencing these bizarre synchronicities. And then I start watching the show and I'm like, I feel like God is communicating with me right now or something. Like, I'd already seen the show before. And then I'm like, no, I'm being crazy. Then as I'm watching the show, you know, when she is back home at her parents' house and she turns on the laptop, she's not blind anymore. And the laptop starts the automated voice stuff, you know, from when she was blind, right? Jules then walks in the bedroom and his phone is doing an automated voice for blind people. And he's like, I don't know what my phone is doing. I don't know what I did to these settings to make my phone do this, but I can't turn it off. And I'm watching the show and then I'm looking back at him and his phone is doing this thing. And I'm like, wait, this can't be a coincidence, right? This can't be a coincidence.
No.
And then it was like, I don't know. I'm not saying the show was made for me. I'm saying the show was made for the collective, but it's like so bizarre. When you watch the show, it's almost like it's like the
maybe
right
it
time,
resonates with everyone who watches the show in like some way.
But
like,
then I also wonder, I'm like,
does
does art imitate life? Does life imitate art? You know, or also like, I wonder what private conversations they held that like their deepest intentions in the show. But like, I would have these things come to me where I would be like, I feel like they probably felt like the show created itself. They did this research and then the show, and then I would like start to watch interviews with them. And then I immediately, right after I had this whole revelation, then I listened to this interview of Britt Marling talking about how she's basically like, it's kind of like the show created itself. It's kind of like art creates itself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, I had to like chill out with it because I kept going down these rabbit holes with the show. But it's crazy, right?
It's a wild show for sure.
Yeah.
I think if you're into conspiracy and so much esoteric stuff, we're all the way back, I think, like, you know, into that Aleister Crowley, John Dee, you know, like what kind
Chaos magicians.
Yeah, even Marina Abramovich type things. It's like they know, the CIA, they know about Russian dream hacking. And so it's something that I always talk about is if they knew about this for 100 years, what have they put into all these screens and how much of our dreams are our own? And so like what of the TV, when they always say like, how do you know if you're dreaming? How do you know if you're dreaming? It's like, a dream within a dream within a dream.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
I completely agree.
I recently had a dream. I recently had a dream within a dream. Has this ever happened to you?
I'm not a dreamer.
Really?
They may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not.
To begin to sorry, I'm reading some of these comments. Oh, hey, Jules, will you close that door, please? Yeah, can you close the door? Thank you. All the way, close it. Okay.
I don't even know where we're streaming to.
I don't know. I don't know how to like do any of this. So I'm just like, huh, interesting.
I'm just imagining like pop-ups are like flying all over the place. That looks cool.
Whoever says I don't trust Marina Abramovich, however you say her last name.
Marina Abramovich.
So I've heard my good friend David Charles Play has introduced me to a unique theory on Marina Abramovich, and that's that she might just be trolling a bunch of socially inept elites and getting them like, oh, stand over here, Lord Rothschild, let's take a picture. And like he might be oblivious that there's a literal painting of Lucifer right behind him.
Oh,
wow! Just, like, knows that this will look so good when it gets out. Oh yeah, Podesta, hold your hand up and let's take a picture. You got a scar there? You got a Band-Aid on? Let's go ahead and take a picture of that. And
can I just draw a Jesus fish on it and a 14 on the other hand?
That's
But
funny.
just think for just 1 second that she's intentionally trolling elites. That I don't know. It would be so much cooler to think about it in those terms.
That would be next level secret society shit. Like if she was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Shia LaBeouf to put a bag on his head for a week.
Right.
Like, here's this Disney kid. He's all about his face and his looks and his celebrity, and he's gonna be the next Indiana Jones. Watch this. I'm gonna unravel him. And or if it was like, oh, Jay-Z, I'm gonna get him to braid his hair to somebody. Like, I'm gonna get him to put on fake hair and braid it to somebody else. Like, I'm gonna do like whatever kind of weird thing she's up to. Like Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, she was super involved with her, right?
That would be the funniest thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I mean, you showed me back, this was like 2016. It had to be 2016. You showed me a video of Marina's family. It was like a deep dive on her family, and her whole family
I don't even remember
are all like, they all look like
really
high wizards of, I don't know.
I reached out to her brother just hoping that I might be able to get an interview with the family, but I never heard back.
Oh yeah,
I tracked him down. I think we would have had a great conversation. Casey ever hears this?
If she's completely possessed by like dark
Greypilled
energy entities, I think that some people are like literally so far away from the light that I think they're unaware of what they're doing almost. I think it's like something is operating through them. I'm not even necessarily saying just like, I think
in an OA way of like, if you had these machines do movements, or in a way of the universe that the universe needs Olivia. God needs Olivia to keep going on about her day for all the other things that attach to that, the cogs in that wheel. And so if it needs one goose to fly through the engine of a jet airliner for her to see feathers, and her to be like, how many feathers does this bitch need? Let's give her feathers. How hard? Whatever. Like, whatever. Like, somebody needs to eat, you know, whatever the thing is. Maybe a hawk grabbed a, you know, bird out of the sky and went and fed its babies with that bird. But you just got a bunch of feathers from that battle. But, you know, like all the things that could happen. Like, what if it's sometimes that way? Like, you know, like your intuition is calling you to do a thing that seems so absurd and against who you're like. If you're a written character, the character of Paranoid American or Jules or Olivia or Chaney, and like the character that we're written as, and you're doing something against that character. Like, it doesn't seem like the character I'm written as is the little lesbian that I'd also be like very patriotic. Like, that does not seem like the character mesh. It's because something else is calling me to do that. And so sometimes I just wonder if like what parts of we know how to play the script. Most of the people that are in conspiracy or esoteric realm, they usually know how to exist on the script. They've done it before. They know how to play an NPC, so be it. Like, yep, I can have the 9 to 5 and I can have the 401k and I can have the retirement and I can do all the things. But then there's also something that they're like, how much longer can I play by this script? How much longer can I do this? You feel like you're LARPing a script that's not you. And I think that that's something that's just happening to a massive amount of people. Whatever the script is, it doesn't matter if you believe me because I say 9/11's an inside job. It doesn't matter if you believe me because I say whatever the thing is. It doesn't matter. You're waking up to the realities around you in every way like that. And whatever it is, in the small scale and big scale, like, and people's intuition in that way, it's like, because of these boxes and TikToks and seeing all these people and seeing all this stuff, we're also, our uncanny valley might be breaking a little bit on what we know is real visually. But the amount of stuff we're talking about and the amount of little things we're learning, whether it's how to take a screw out better with a potato because you watch something on, but we're also emotionally and spiritually and talking about these weird things, and all have our cameras to say if a cop's beating us or if a UFO is taking us. Like, it is a level, it's a different thing that I feel like, what if the cogs that be and the like singularity of it all, now they have to attach like this digitally. Like, if everything is so precise and there's no coincidences, because it's like, oh yeah, Earth is an accident, life is an accident, death is an accident, like everything's an accident.
It's not an accident.
But think of how precise also it is, and for what purpose. like things just came out of the mud and they're like, let's make them pay taxes over, there has to be.
No, okay, so this is actually one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about.
Let's give them loans.
Like, there has to be lizard people, there has to be fallen angels, there has to my head just doesn't work in a way that, like, some of us were like, I have an idea, let's tell them about dinosaurs. And like, there's other rituals they're doing with these things. There's it's like bigger than Sinclair and petrol. Like, why do they want us petrol in our pills and petrol in our cars?
I got another analogy for this too that makes sense to me, at least, as opposed to dinosaurs existing and someone sitting down and being like, all right, what's the next psyop, guys? And they all vote and they like pitch their ideas and like dinosaurs won in that meeting. I think it's more that, like, if you've got a little kid and they're like just making something up, oh, I saw this thing, or does the world work like this? And as a parent, you can patronize at a certain extent without being like bad about it and like, yeah, no, that's exactly how it works, honey. It's exactly how it works. And I think that that's where a lot of these like myths that perpetuate is that somebody like the plebeian class asked the higher class, the elites, at some point, was this how this works? And they're just like, yeah, that's it. And they just kind of like let that thing snowball and they start encouraging it and putting more energy into like the prisons that we make ourselves. Like, they would rather fund those than sit down and try and figure out how to make their own version of it the exact same way that the dude that invented Velcro just saw how it worked in nature and was like, I'm just going to put $1 million behind this.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Well, I find it very interesting that on the Chinese calendar, the only thing that's supposedly mythological is the dinosaur. Not the dinosaur, sorry, the dragon. It's like, obviously they're talking about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs existed alongside.
So when Thomas said the mosquito in Jurassic Park, that's the bigger psyop than the dinosaur in Jurassic Park, is getting you to believe mosquitoes aren't created by them. It's to get you to think there's a Jurassic time, and in the Jurassic time, there's huge mosquitoes. So mosquitoes have been around even before us. Instead of Bill Gates created these things.
Right.
Let's stop pretending they are good for anything. That there's
do you think that he created them?
All the ones that exist
some scientists did. I even think their name's racist.
It seems like they're trying to kill everything natural and replace it with something that they've made. Trying to be God in some way.
So that's the lower evolutionary path
subverting everything
of humanity. Like, this goes back to like, I believe that like evolution and creation can, like, I believe that both of those ideas can coexist, right? And so I think that I think that there's like an impulse to that within humanity that is very lower vibrational in nature, of this, falsifying everything and creating fake versions of everything, um yeah, I don't know, I can't articulate on it very much right now because I'm very tired, but I think that we're in this epoch of time right now. We are living in the age of information, and we're able to finally, like, I mean, to our knowledge, this is the first time that humanity has gotten to this point where we can essentially learn about more than, 50 years ago, it would have taken an entire lifetime to learn only a fraction of the amount of information that we're able to absorb right now, a tiny fraction for that matter. It would take studying an entire lifetime in a library somewhere to only scratch the surface of, like, the truth, right? And to me, the Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. That's what guides me personally. That's what I think Jesus Christ, Yeshua the Christ, personified with this perfect life and then gifted to humanity, the Holy Spirit. And I think that the path forward for humanity is basically, I think that humanity, the positive path forward is as unpacking the truth within all of these different belief systems, and what you guys are doing with the, conspiratorial types of things, and all these different religions. I think it's part of what the OA was trying to convey. It's like, this is something really interesting, Chaney, that I noticed recently, was interviews from Britt Marling talking about the OA, and she used this metaphor of that she felt as if humanity was going through this period of experiencing, like, birth pangs, of, like, birthing something new, and that she felt like that is what the show was. And then I was on YouTube and something just showed up on my feed, and it was this, like, charismatic preacher talking about, like, the book of Revelations, of which, by the way, I think a lot of Christians really take a lot of things in that out of context. But it was so weird because I just felt compelled to just be like, what is this guy saying? And that was one of the first things that he said, was the exact same thing that Britt Marling had said, was that humanity's at this point of experiencing these birth pangs right now. It's like, I think this idea that people have that we're all just going to ascend up to heaven at once is, don't quote me on this, but I think it's different. I think that humanity goes through these certain epochs of time, and I think that humanity can, I really like the philosopher Rudolf Steiner, and I think humanity has the ability to evolve and also devolve, right? And I think the path forward is not, I really like Elon Musk in a lot of ways, but I think that he's spiritually empty. And I think that he's being led by this impulse of just pure, this technological, like, technology is great, but when that's all that, he's basically like, well, I have to do these things because if I don't, someone else is going to. This is just the path forward, right? To put these chips in humans' brains, that's just the path forward. No, it's not the only path forward.
I think he's a portal baby. Path forward. I definitely think he's a portal baby, dude.
A portal baby?
I can't even believe that's the same dude that, remember when there was the picture of him getting on and off the boat and he looked like he had, like, a huge cavernous chest, and
like it was like
suit. He literally he looked like his fucking truck, his Tesla truck.
Yeah, like, I know people lose weight, but their organs and rib cage don't get smaller. It was like he had
I feel like I saw
huge abdomen. It's so wild to me that the guy that was jumping on stage with Trump, and then I just think there is some kind of fucking calm. I just have to say it now. The YMCA has to be a calm. I don't know what it is, but I cannot
Right.
It has to be.
So
Donald Trump and Elon with the YMCA, and Donald Trump always with the YMCA. And then you think back Young Men's Christian Association, and then you're like, oh, it was guys on the street. Sometimes they came out to their family, and so they would have to go and live somewhere. And so wherever they went and lived, everybody knew they didn't have a family. And then it's like, oh, I bet you YMCA were the original Diddy Party Boys. Like before there was a Diddy, whoever the Diddy was, like the Clive Davis, like whoever the Diddy was before, it just gets passed down the Hugh Hefner, whoever the honey pot is.
Honey pot king. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's wow, man.
With the YMCA over and over again.
In the dance.
Yeah, and it's like the whole entire that part. Like something's going. What is this part?
It's the YMCA is also where a lot of people have their only access to learn how to swim and get into like a big swimming pool, a lot of indoor ones, which is kind of the closest thing that America has to bathhouses.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah.
So YMCA were like the first national bathhouses in the country too.
Yeah, and they were for men only. That's why there was the
male only bathhouses, right?
Like years later.
Got a $5 donation from Bill the Butcher. Bill, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
What animal do we sacrifice?
Said, hey there, boys. Just getting into the conversation. I'm here for it. Well, we're glad you're here, brother. It's good to see you, man. Always good to see you.
We will throw one Molotov cocktail at YMCA for that $5. So thank you.
I was thinking I would take
the one in Jackson,
the pinky finger of a preacher for that comment.
In Minecraft. We are on YouTube.
Just Gangs of New Yorking. I was just Gangs of New Yorking, everyone.
That's a good movie. Such a good movie.
It's so great. That's one of the movies that I will take in every time. No matter where I catch it, I'll watch it till the end.
Thank you, love. No, that movie, I didn't see. I watched it. When that movie came out, it was, I don't know how old I was, but I didn't really understand it too much. I love the fighting scenes. Like my favorite movies when I was like 10 were like The Patriot and We Were Soldiers. You know, like I don't know. I just like that.
The Patriot's an awesome freaking movie.
The Patriot's fucking bad. And I love Braveheart.
I fucking love Braveheart.
Yeah, I fucking love it. I mean, especially in these and the times that we're living in right now. I think that movie is very, very relevant to what
whether people are talking about Christ, whether it's moms and dads talking about their children, or whether it's people talking about their freedom. Those are like the things that when people are like, I will take a saber to the neck, and I can see it in their eyes, they mean it. Like it's those types of things, whether, their faith, their family, or their freedom. Those three things will draw people that I can see in somebody that has been cozy for a long time in their life. They've never had strife, but I'm like, ooh, I can see the fighter in that person. Like I can see their blue face like coming out. Like,
hey, Chaney, can I ask you, since you like to predict things with your intuition, if you could just, sorry to put you on the spot if you don't answer, but like, who is your intuition telling you is going to win the election?
I can't even imagine we have an election, and if we do, I'm like, they gotta steal it again. Because
I rebuke.
She rebukes it. But you gotta think about it. It could happen
because I believe the multiverse too. So we have to be careful with our words.
I just think if the script plays out the same way we're watching, like false flags happen, and normies, the New York Times, Washington Post normies are like, did Trump really get a zero shot? This seems like, do I trust this?
Now they're the conspiracy theorists.
Like, it's almost like we're watching the movie play out for the people that aren't us. And so it's so frustrating sometimes. We're like, this is so fake.
Yeah, no.
It's not for us.
I'm sure
the president is Santa Claus. It's the best analogy there is. That Santa Claus is you lying to 8-year-olds, and elections are you lying to like 38-year-olds.
Right. Yeah, that want to act like 8-year-olds. I mean,
I feel like Trump. I didn't mean to interrupt. I actually really.
You're leading this.
I feel. Oh, is that what we decided? Whatever. I don't know how to podcast. I'm doing my best. I feel like they are going to continue to do everything they can to win, but had a conversation with a friend the other day that kind of had the same revelation. I actually think that Trump is totally going to win. And that's not me like saying that because like I just really want Trump to win or whatever. I'm not some kind of
that's
like.
the other thing too that I
But I
will say.
actually think he is. I
thought he was going to win last time, and now I'm disheartened. Like I thought, like how could he lose? Like during the write-in ballots when Amazon was trying to take over our post office, and Arizona got their election stolen, and Georgia got their election stolen, and Pennsylvania got their I thought, hey, everyone's going to see this is malarkey. Like everybody obviously sees this, but it was like everybody was just so tired. And so I feel like whatever's happening now that Jim Gaffigan, I actually feel like he said it so funny, is like they were worried about Trump doing an insurrection. So instead they did a coup. And I think that is that's it. Like, whoever, good guys, bad guys, I don't know what's better for you and your family. I liked when my eggs and gas were cheaper. Is it all to walk us down the, I don't know, to walk us down the what? Where's your intuition? Where's your state at? Like, it's like you kind of see in times of peril when shit hits the fan, how well the people around you do in that time. So it's like, during, like, we're all talking about fake weather and weather wars that we know have existed forever. And we, you know, now we're realizing where it used to be you could sit in certain parts of the world and mock people in other parts of the world. Now it's like, oh shit, there's a hurricane in Kentucky. This makes sense. Like, you know, like it's like we all are kind of having to prepare.
Real time happen. Yeah.
Like this, this is
We're
totally
talking about this, you know?
like my state, we don't tornado up. My whole town, the Atlantic seaboard. I live on the Atlantic seaboard of Florida. And so the hurricane hit Tampa and all the West Coast. They took a hit from that hurricane, Milton. Dude, we got so many tornadoes in our state during that hurricane. Hundreds. But the amount of tornadoes that hit the Atlantic seaboard in this like line of energy that ripped off that storm, it's like if they're coming at us, and let's say take weather weapons out. You're just a normie norm out there. You don't even believe in that. You just believe in global warming and you want to, you know, pay a higher tax to the government to cool it down, whatever your thing is. You believe every place is getting a little more dangerous. Like it's a thing. So if you've been in a time of peril in any way that you've actually lived without power, not because you're camping on your cast iron and you get to decide who's around you matters. And who, like, it's people always want to live off grid. And this is what I would say about the Kentucky thing in North Carolina and South Carolina. So many capable fucking Americans through there that have been living off grid for 150 years. But then look what everyone's screaming about right now. Where's FEMA right now to help them? Because as a country, as a United States, that's the one thing we've all agreed we want our federal government to fucking help with. If you're their overlords, step in and take care of this. We don't want to see black people on roofs in Louisiana. We don't want to see, you know, houses getting washed away in towns in South. Like, step in, FEMA. We don't want to hear stories of Kamala loading up full airliners that military members are reporting themselves and saying that she just took a picture and they're not even sending them in.
Man.
No, I will tell you who was just sent.
Take some balls to do that, Chaney.
Friend actually
take some balls to do that in front of the entire country.
In front of the military, men and like kids, whatever you believe about the military, the 18-year-old and 19-year-old, 20-year-old dudes, some women that have loaded this fucking thing up and what they believe in and what they're standing there for, and you're their fucking bullshit VP right now, and you just made them do that to send to their fellow Americans to take a fucking picture, and then they all watch you not send that shit. It's just like
they're gonna come talk about it. Of course they're gonna come talk about it.
My boss just went there, and so the barbershop that I work at, we took donations for a few days. We went and bought like $100 worth of which money we really didn't have right now, but you know, I went and bought specifically.
I told them about the HOA fee that we have to pay. Jose asked me earlier.
It's inevitable, but we were behind and we forgot about it because we had a lot of stuff going on and a lot at once. But anyways, so the guy that owns the shop that I work at, he's genuinely, he and his wife are just genuinely
Biden's America.
Genuinely like
stuff going on for everyone. Go on.
like
Yeah,
true
that and the
Christ
proxy wars.
followers that are trying to help people, right? And our barbershop took donations for a few days. We ended up with thousands of dollars worth of stuff at the shop. So we bought lots of, diapers, formula, liquid IV, water, all the things. And he and another guy drove to North Carolina to take it all to see what was going on there. The guy that he went with had a residence really close to Asheville, so they were able to get in and get pretty close because the guy I was with was like, I've got to go see what's up. Like, this is where one of my homes are. And FEMA was nowhere to be found. In fact, they had to sleep in like a parking lot or something at some point. Just went and parked to get some rest with the trailer of all the stuff they were bringing, generators. They brought all kinds of stuff that we had local people donate to the shop that I work at. And they had somebody come and knock on their truck with AKs. Like, what the fuck are you guys?
Wait. Andrew?
Yeah. Like, had somebody
Oh shit!
a couple of guys with
I didn't know
AKs
that.
like knocking on their door. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Yeah, it's literally like a.
So did he have to turn around?
FEMA wasn't. No. They let
shit?
them know. They let them know why they were there.
Okay.
He told them he felt like, I don't know exactly what he said, that he felt like God was calling him to get some stuff to help people. It seems like the government wasn't helping people, and our shop was able to, we live in a pretty wealthy area, and a lot of people really showed up with a lot of stuff. I have videos of it. It was awesome, actually, when we got our stuff on right before they left on Sunday. This was a couple of weeks ago when they left, and I went back by the shop that I work at to take the stuff that we bought, and I couldn't even walk through the back of the shop.
FEMA always seems to be there during a voting season.
Always.
Well, they didn't never.
This was very convenient.
In fact,
to happen.
also a lot of the.
Did you see how much money's been moved over to like sex change operation for illegal aliens?
Well, they did not give any of their stuff to FEMA. It was all local churches that were actually helping people, that were actually getting goods to people, and literally like military dudes that like weren't even on the clock, like that were there. They were actually going in and helping people. Like, what?
These guys in the chat, Thomas, have you noticed all the Bach references in the chat?
I like that now Bach is
like
replacing the word gay, so they'll say like fake and Bach. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
I love it.
That's Steven Spielbach.
I don't know.
I've got a million of them. I don't know if anyone's seen. I've got like 30 or 40 images of like Terminator 2. Eeyore Bach is Terminator. I will be Bach. Bach to the future. There's so like it's an endless thing that just keeps giving.
Oh, really?
I don't think you always have to have Eeyore Bach on it as much as somebody in the kind of Ouroboros of sucking their own dick.
She knows nothing about the Bach song.
I don't know.
Do y'all want to enlighten?
We don't have the time.
I'm also very tired, so people donate
your elevator speech for Olivia Ann on the Bach saga, Thomas.
You really need to like ease it in. You can't just go straight like cold turkey Bach.
I think she's the type of girl that could handle cold turkey Bach.
I'm very, very tired. Hold on. What did you say, Chaney?
I think you're the type of girl that could handle cold turkey Bach saga. Like if Thomas gave you an elevator speech and you were like, I could
definitely handle it.
If you were like, I'm into conspiracies, and
he
was like,
had sex with a monkey. They created a boy. The boy, when he was 7, drinks from him. We're on YouTube. Drinks from himself. I'll let you imagine that. After doing that, he understands language.
I don't have to.
He then teaches this language to his sister she's also 7. And then there's never war for 2 million years. Yeah, 7 years old. They have no war for 2 million years. Santa Claus is involved, and that's pretty much it. And then once people stopped doing this, stopped teaching their 7-year-olds to drink from themselves, that's when the world all started to go to hell. And that the only real way.
Where does this come from?
Bach saga.
This is Bach saga.
First known family, dude.
Wait, this is an actual thing that was taught.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this has been
taught is a strong word.
What is?
Taught, the word taught is kind of a charged word there. I don't know if there's ever
Fox
been like an
Saga.
official credited
Google
like
one
Fox
of them.
Saga. It was written by a guy that was a like a tour guide at this historical area and had lots of free time to himself, evidenced by, you know, some of the things he got into, mostly himself.
It's really, it's not my favorite thing.
It takes so much longer to give you all the intricate, like for example, shields and
It's a pyramid.
Thank you for
spears.
enlightening me. I know there's mostly dudes on here right now, so it's fine.
Amen rat. Amen
It's
rat.
very, very interesting.
Amen. He says the
It was
box
awesome.
shank redemption. Oh, that would be a good.
Brokeback Mountain.
That'd be it. Brokeback man. Yo, thank you
I
for the
can't quit
$5.
you, but it's just him. He's just like drinking
Thank you
himself.
for being here, man. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see you
It's
on,
just
on my
him
stream,
alone
dude.
on the
It's
mountain.
just him alone. I can't quit you, but he's like talking to himself.
No,
That's
dude.
be
the best one. Yeah.
I have a pretty fucking awesome audience. Y'all were on Nephilim Death Squad yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were hyping up the Bohemian Grove event that's next weekend.
JC.
What is the
Yes.
stuff that you guys? What is it called that
Yeah,
you guys
let
joke
me-
about all the
let me
time?
address that.
I don't like the. What is the one thing
Uh-oh.
that you and Thomas always joke about?
Uh
What are
oh.
those things
Now
called?
I'm in trouble. What did I do?
The homunculus.
Oh, monk.
You don't like the homunculus.
I mean, we didn't make a homunculus.
Oh my gosh, I had an
something's been
idea.
around for thousands
You
of
know,
years.
you know how there's the Nike Dunks? I think
Yeah,
there
the
should be
homunculus
Nike
is like-
homunks. And you need to have a pair of Nikes painted with a homunculus on the side and
No,
have
the
an
homunculus
addition.
is part of the negative, the Luciferic, not the Luciferic. Luciferic is more knowledge.
JC said that you two are great on Nephilim Death Squad.
Oh,
JC,
thank you.
thank you for the $10
Oh,
donation.
thank you. It was a
Thank
fun
you
episode.
so much.
So I can
Yes.
give you a practical description of why homunculi exist, and it's if you imagine
Just
that
devoid
you're-
of the feminine essence. essentially.
right. But if you're like some 50 or 60-year-old
pretty gay,
alchemist dude,
Actually,
and you've never left your house or you've never left the cave or your laboratory, but you want to be able to pass on all your cool books and all the knowledge, but now you don't have to, you can't go out and find a woman to recreate with. The homunculus represents your last chance in order to create something to pass all this knowledge and wealth onto. Otherwise, it's a dead end. It's kind of the male version of the old crone that like can no longer reproduce. And that's the best thing that they had was like, I'm going to just jerk off my hand and pass it on to that. In Minecraft.
That's
in
fine.
Minecraft.
okay, that's one way. to look at
Does that work for that? Is that the same workaround or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Workaround.
it. Everything in nature is about balance. I don't like that. We have to balance the divine feminine,
Yes,
the
but
divine masculine. It all has to be balanced. That's why I don't like the gender wars.
what?
I said it's why I don't like the gender wars.
Yeah, it's
You
fake.
know, men
Well, what
versus
do you
women.
believe?
Fake
What do
and
you
Bob.
believe?
I don't like the men versus women. So I believe that men and women are different, and
Okay.
that's
Me
fine.
too.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think that
This is good.
that they need to fight each other for that. I think that we should
No.
understand each other. I think it's very silly.
Well,
that,
I mean, fourth wave feminism makes makes women look terrible. You know?
Most feminism, like
Most
girls-
feminism
wanna
does.
fight-
Yeah,
They're-
they don't. Should they have their tits and ass grabbed at the work? Can they? No, that's fucking wrong. Like, there's already laws about this stuff. It's like calling something a hate crime on top of a thing. Like,
Right.
you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to assault another person. And it's just like women are like they can speak up for themselves and tell somebody. And there is times and places now in certain settings that. Is it good that 3 men are in an office with 1 girl? Probably not. There's like things that have like worked their way out in society because it's taken a few decades of women being out there in society. It's not like we've always been up to it because there's so many fucking jobs that women shouldn't even touch. And this is the number one reason they shouldn't touch it. One, I know some big bull dykes. I know some girls that they're like Thomas. Like, like they can do all the things. They can do
7 years transition today.
Yeah. whatever the push-ups are, whatever the hose they have to carry, they can do those things. But that is so far and so few between. And I hate people that argue with like exceptions to the rule. The reality of it is any man that has a woman as their partner, and any woman that has a woman as their partner, and all the jobs that we've started to do this, cop, soldier, things. The man or the woman is in more danger if they're partnered with a woman, because physically we're not supposed to be doing those things. So lowering standards on things is kind of what we've done with society with Rockefeller education, is that everything has a lower standard across the fucking board. It's like, it doesn't matter whether it's mentally or physically. So they don't want men. They call it, if you're fucking throwing a keg over a wall, they're like, that's toxic masculinity. Like, it's so stupid, like the things that they label now. And then they also, this is what they've done. They've taken the weakest of men, the weakest, dirtiest of men, and they've pitted, which even the weakest of men is still stronger than women. So they've taken the weakest of those fucking men and they've literally pitted them against women by making them mock them in society, pretending they can have their periods, pretending they can give birth,
right? They
pretending they're. It's so wild. It's like, what is happening is, it just feels like Dionysus. It just feels like I'm watching Maenads put on a spell of society.
Chaney, I've said that. It's like the fallen angels are coming back. And like, it's crazy because me and my buddy Adrian, shout out Adrian West, my co-host on Elohim Etymology. We're doing an episode Sunday morning on Thoth, part 1 on Thoth. So, if y'all catch that, guys, we'll be going live. Should be fun. Y'all come hang out.
Did you know, just a little thing, it won't come up on your conversation on Thoth. This is more a Florida fact.
Oh, you're good. No.
Florida, I think this is like not everything I say. I just am like, I believe that Florida is closer to Israel
Atlantis
than Israel's Israel. Like, if history is a lie, maps are fake. So it's
Mesopotamia may have been like Florida to Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, where we are.
There's just this ring around the Gulf of Mexico that
we were all one continent at once, right? I mean,
Pangea.
Pangea, long ago, back when these fallen angels were incarnated on this earth.
You're so animated when you're reading.
No, hold on.
What are you reading?
No, Bill.
What are you looking at?
No, sorry, Bill. Sure, you skipped my rant, but No, I went back to your rant. What do you think about that sort of immigration? Bill was right not to redirect from the current. Oh, he's talking about Bill the Butcher.
Ellis Island immigration.
I didn't look at Bill as the bad guy. To be honest with you. I was kind of, when I rewatched Gangs of New York, I was unbiased in it. I had, been to jail a few times, and I had lived. All these people know me.
Okay.
Literally, all these people know me. I've talked about my past.
That's fine.
It's okay. And so, like, I don't know. But so yeah, man. That kind of immigration.
Julian doesn't go to jail anymore, for the record.
No, guys. In Minecraft, I went to jail in Minecraft.
In case any parents of our children are listening.
Thomas has been to jail.
No. Excuse me. Okay. None of our son's friends' parents are listening.
Okay.
In 10 years.
Oh, that's fine.
Stuff 10 years later.
A middle kid
they're going to be like reviewing the college board and be like, all right, is there anything that would...
Hey, in the future, you think AI is powerful and all-knowing now?
But then we're all
just
fucked.
saying.
Then we're all already fucked. Then they have everything.
If you're watching the Greypilled podcast, you're on a list. Your social credit score is already nil. Like, you might as well start fighting
for the donations, Bill. We love you, brother. I'm glad you're here.
We're very glad you're here.
Trade your shit coins. Do that.
And JC with another
Make
5.
sure you get silver.
Gangs of New York, are they? I remember
movie.
it. Yeah, I remember the movie
with Leo DiCaprio. what's her name?
Who are the different gangs, or is it according to
Cameron
race
Diaz?
Thing?
Yeah, no, there was Irish. What was it, Bill? Please.
I had an Italian client from New York today.
Because I actually did, I got my DNA or whatever, and I'm like, I found out that my German ancestors lived in Switzerland. They were Germanic tribes in Switzerland in these two different towns. It's pretty cool. So I don't. So Irish. I mean,
yeah,
you had Irish, Italian, Polish.
Our DNA test.
Immigrants.
Well, I didn't do mine, but my parents did theirs. Our DNA.
Bill
is like
just wanted
very
it Irish.
similar.
I'm 78% Irish.
We are like very, very distant relatives.
Yeah. Yeah. My bloodline comes from.
You thought his outing was bad?
What did you say?
I said you thought his outing was bad about him going to jail.
Yeah.
You're like, we're distant relatives.
Well,
yeah, we are in Mississippi.
No, I don't know that we're distant relatives. I'm just saying our DNA was very similar.
If it's true.
Like from the town,
they say everybody from
lives in Lincolnshire, and I live in Yorkshire.
Everybody is like within 17 generations away from each other if you're of a similar ethnicity. Like everybody.
The people in Cornwall, like they got the AIDS, or whatever. Like, I don't know. The immigration back then was different than now.
There's clones of you guys in Westworld, though, since you did your DNA test.
Oh yeah, forever.
Oh yeah, no, I know I'm cloned.
My parents did there.
Wait, you didn't do yours? Well, if I come home during the day, if I come home in the middle of the day one day, don't answer the fucking door for me.
What are you talking about?
If they cloned me.
You're going to have a safe word, but your clone would know it.
You're
going to have to create it now, but your clone will know it if you're cloned tomorrow.
Never mind. I knew it. I knew you were about to say that right before you came out of your mouth. Sorry, I read his mind all the time.
I knew my energy, I guess. Maybe she knows me more than I do. I don't know.
I definitely know you more than you know you, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, Bill, the immigration now is a lot different.
You want to talk about immigration? You want to talk about when I was in the courthouse recently in Little Rock and they were having all the illegal immigrants sign up to vote and how I watched them do that? That was interesting.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You want to talk about another thing to talk about? I talked to a FBI agent today. I cut his hair.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was in North Carolina, and you want to know what he told me, guys?
Why are you talking to a Fed?
He was like,
"Oh, okay, all right."
He gave me $50.
Oh shit! Shout out the Fed.
Anyway, listen, you guys. This is what he said to me. He was like, "Look," he was like, I was like, "So what do you think about everything in North Carolina?" And he was like, "What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I think?" And I was like, "All right, I'll go ahead and tell you. Like, I like to hear different conspiracy theories, but I'm very skeptical. I like to do my research, but it's pretty bizarre, right? The way things went down there, right?" And he was like, "I'm not gonna lie." He was like, "I've been in this line of work for I don't remember how many years." He was like in his mid-50s, and he was like, "It's only been the past couple of years that I've really
let's get him on the
started
show."
To feel like he can't do that. He was like, that I've started to really start to question things and be like, something's not right here. This doesn't really make sense. And I was like, can you elaborate?
Damn.
I was like, so what about the levees? What about the dams? Whatever. They just broke. It's just too much rain. What happened there?
Little late to be 50 and saying this. I mean, maybe better late than never, but that's pretty damn late.
I mean, I agree, but he was pretty much like, because there's so many levels too working for the
She honeypotted him.
I definitely
need a hidden camera.
Say more. Say
put
more.
A camera at your.
We talked about cameras. Dude. That's why he loved me because he collects cameras and I collect cameras.
Oh, great.
So he gave me what. I wasn't flirting with him. He gave me a good tip because we had a good conversation.
I'm glad he gave you a good tip. You gotta cut his hair.
I love
I'm just I'm glad you'll have something to talk about. That's great.
Anyways, it was very interesting. He was like, look, I've always done my job. I do what they tell me to do. And he was like, here recently, it's pretty weird. He was like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I never have been. But it doesn't really make sense. Like basically what he was doing there, like he was just like, I don't know what's going on, but it's odd. And I was like, all right, there's some validation that some weird shit.
That's all he said?
Yeah, he didn't elaborate too much.
All right.
I don't feel like he can say a lot. But he also said that recently Trump's team, what was in the news about Trump's team saying that they asked for more secret security detail and they didn't get it, that it was kind of misconstrued that happened in the past, but that time that the news recently reported on was incorrect, that when they asked for more, they did get it at that point in time. He also stated that the woman that was there whenever Trump was the assassination attempt when he literally was almost killed, that the woman that was the woman that looks like she's just fumbling and like can't get her gun out of the holster or whatever. I don't remember. And everyone was hating on her. That supposedly
you're gonna open your window. There's gonna be like 30 guys in black suits.
I'll stop talking. Never mind.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Filled. I like that.
Don't make Jules get paranoid. Sorry,
I'll be out there with my gun and a ghillie suit.
I could swear that someone was saying like her fumbling her gun. That was actually masterful. You just don't realize like a master at work, and her fumbling, she was actually taking people out like left and right. You just didn't hear it, you didn't see it, but this is like level 11 that she's on.
They were just saying that she's actually
a
great agent. Like that's really good work. And that because he was like, she looked like shit on TV, like couldn't even deal with her gun.
She was like Jackie O, where she's
and I was like, hey, maybe maybe it's Jackie O again.
Yo, Chaney. I think that too. I think Jackie shot his ass.
I don't know, but I do think
the driver and
she married her sister's man. This is the wildest thing to me.
How is it she goes from one Illuminati bloodline to another one?
It's wild.
Well, he was a shitty husband, so whatever.
Well, because he had sex with Marilyn?
And lots of women.
That's a ruse, I think.
I
feel like JFK Jr. or JFK Sr., like Jackie O might have been a beard for him, but RFK seemed like the one that was hooking up with Marilyn.
Did RFK take out JFK?
Yo.
He was pretty hot afterward, and then he gets taken out by a hypnotized guy.
I think every FK, every single FK gets taken out by a future generation FK, and they're all just like building and building up the tension until like RFK Jr. runs, and then he's gonna win.
Until you have RFK like hitting a bear, and then
even better though, like think about that. If karmically, right? Whoever took out the brainworm in RFK Jr.'s head, did that killing of the king transfer to them? Did they have like all of the karmic energy from saving one of the FKs from losing their mind, literally? Like maybe the doctor or whoever caught that, like now they have some sort of political capital that we don't even know about.
What about if him saying I have a worm in my brain was him saying like I'm wired? Like the next time you talk to me,
right now.
Yeah, like I got a worm.
What are you talking about right now?
When RFK
just wondering,
like the worm in his brain is the craziest story.
I hope you're joking, because I put you on my prayer list and I've been praying for you and your family. Just saying.
Oh damn, Bobby.
Just saying. Wow. Hope you're making jokes. Sorry, continue, guys.
He's joking.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chaney. Sorry,
I don't even. It's okay. I have no attention span. I was already entertained.
Bobby's being spicy and just talking shit.
Talking shit about the federales.
Yeah, he talked shit earlier.
1,000%. Okay, cool.
Honey, Bobby is.
Everybody's
He was joking with Chaney earlier,
but I was being for real. But I put
she got him.
His name's Bob. I was caught off guard. I was like, "What is happening right now?"
No, Chaney. He was just joking. I'm sorry
like, I'm like, it's gonna be this kind of show.
No,
I'm like, all right.
It's not.
I was like, here we go. Like, let me get prepped for this.
They have a show in an hour. So guys, y'all just let me know.
Like at 11. Okay.
Thomas, what do you have coming, man? Like
I've never said one.
Lots of Bach saga.
A lot of Bach Saga shirts or something? I mean, guys, Thomas does have a Bach Saga shirt. You can go to paranoidamerican.com. Thomas, you need to put a promo code in for me, man.
It sounds like I need to do some research.
Like a 5.
And him and Donut are doing a rad comic right now. Him and Donut are working
an Illuminati comic right now that we've been putting together for the last couple weeks, and it's going to just be simply the most comprehensive introduction to the Bavarian Illuminati.
Is that the one with Donut?
The one with Donut, and we're making it so that if you've never heard about it, or if you only have like a passing thought, or if you just find it randomly, you can pick it up and within 5 minutes be an expert on the Bavarian Illuminati. More than like 99% of conspiracy theorists, they just kind of regurgitate the same sort of like rehash. So this is going to give you the closest to the source kind of like research bits on the Bavarian Illuminati. And we even have to throw in all the normie stuff. So it gets into like Beyonce and Jay-Z and Wu-Tang and Puff Daddy, but it also talks about 17th century Freemasonry and battles with like the Vatican and all the different factions among Rosicrucians and Jesuits. Like it breaks all of it down.
Who do you think is controlling P. Diddy? You know, whenever I almost got a record deal that I chose not to take, and I chose to not go to LA and do all of that whenever I was singing, but then whenever I was rapping. I recently, I haven't talked about this on podcast. I used to make a lot of music.
And used to rap, guys. Stuff. Me and her used to rap.
We should play my studio produced song on here sometime. People would love it. But I felt as if the voice of God literally told me, basically warned me in many ways. And now that all the stuff with P. Diddy has come out, I know that I was right, because if you go to his TikTok, I can show you multiple videos of people in his videos that were the ones that my manager here that was working through a scout that lived here but used to live in LA that won like DJ of the year like over and over again in the 90s. And like they sent me videos of like DJ Khaled, all these people watching my videos, listening
DJ Khaled. Sorry.
Yeah, listening to my music and stuff and being like, send it right tomorrow, blah, 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 blah.
See, that was my MK Ultra.
And literally, like, it was like God literally told me, like,
don't get me started.
If you go, you'll make all this money, all the things, but basically that you'll die. And also that you'll be exploited and terrible things will happen to you. And I chose not to. And now that all this P. Diddy stuff is coming out, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then if you go to P. Diddy's TikTok, there's multiple people I can show you on those videos that I don't even know who they are. You guys would probably tell me because I'm musically illiterate when it comes to a lot of mainstream stuff. Like, there were people that my manager sent me videos of listening to my music. And I'm like,
Chaney grew up in the punk scene. She grew up in the same.
Badass.
Yeah. So I mean,
I was talking about this earlier.
Thomas did.
I had some cool friends in the punk scene, but I wasn't in the punk scene until I was in LA. Like in my youth, I was like into hip hop music and jazz and like R&B and soul, like that kind of shit. I just kind of fell into the punk rock scene. Like I knew enough about certain punk rock stuff because of like friends in high school. But when I got to LA, it was like, because I didn't know who they were at all, I really just didn't know. And so everybody else was geeked out around a whole bunch of like pop punk people that you had to kind of kowtow to. So the record label worked for all the real punk guys that were like fun to hang out with and,
Yeah.
drive around. But
no, I feel you. You were a misfit.
She was one of the few girls that hung out with like me and my friends. Like, we had a group of friends. There was a music scene. There were a lot of kids that wore, they were scene kids, right? And me and my friends were the like in the 9th grade, like we shaved our heads.
Posers? Is a scene kid a poser?
Yeah, me and my friends wore camo shorts and Air Force Ones and Shattered Realm hoodies, and we would go to shows and beat the shit out of everybody, right?
No, they made it known that they were not the posers. That everyone else was a poser. Not you. Jules was always sweet. His friends were fucking assholes. I mean, like, they were my friends too growing up, but a lot of them were fucking assholes. They thought they were cooler than everybody. Let's just be honest.
Look.
They still think, what the fuck? I hope they hear me,
Philip
dumbasses.
May be watching. Philip,
hey,
are you watching?
Love Philip.
We love you, Philip. And Grant. We love Grant.
Okay.
There's a
we
few
love
of
them.
them.
We don't have to
Is your birthday in May? Like, what's your birthday?
September.
Oh, okay. Okay. Virgo. Okay.
What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio, but I
was just reading about Scorpios last night.
But I was just thinking like how so much, even just hanging out with you during this time, like there's a lot about your personality that reminds me, but the odd part of my wife's name is Jules.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
there's something about names. There's something about names. Okay.
Chaney.
There's something about names that I don't think that people understand when they name their child, the significance of like,
oh my God,
what that means. And it's so weird to me how often I will resonate with people. And it's like, you're at Chaney. Like, we grew up going to Chaney skate shop. I worked at Chaney skate shop.
We used to play. Well, I played shows. This guy,
everyone around Jackson wears Chaney shirts.
Yeah, it's weird.
Cool.
Except he doesn't have the Y at the end of his name. It's just Chane. And we used to play shows. He had a skate park in the back of his shop, basically, and we would play shows back there. It's probably one of the best times of my life. We would play huge.
You skated too, right?
I skated for a couple years. I broke my second or third board, and I fucking quit because I started smoking weed and just being a shithead. And so, yeah, I was a thug to like kids who couldn't hang out with me is because their parents said I was a thug because I went to public school and
you went to private school and then you went.
Well,
he went to public school, then private school for a minute.
For 2 years, I went to private school, and then
he didn't mesh very well.
Yeah, it didn't. I was on the drum line, and I was like the only 8th grader on the like varsity drum line.
But he was like a white black guy.
Oh Jesus!
That was like in a hardcore band when I met him.
I mean, growing
such
up
a crush
in Jackson,
on him. He would try to holler at me, and I was like, "Nope, I will fall in love with him. I am not talking to him." We didn't.
Well, we were like 12 years old when we
were like 13.
We were 13. Okay.
We didn't really have anything to do with each other. Like,
so that was over 20 years. That was about 20 years ago, almost.
Oh, that's so cute. Something told me the first time I met him that I'd marry him one day. And at the time, I thought I'd never be married.
And have white babies. And have white babies.
So I was like, what the fuck? What just told me that? I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids.
Soul Explorer.
That's why we think we had past lives.
Thank you
together.
for the $3 donation. Chaney.
Thank you very much.
We love
very much appreciate that.
We love Soul Explorer. Chaney and Thomas, did you feel smarter after talking to Bach Lobster on
He's a pro. Lobster's a pro at what he does.
Shout out Tom
there's anything to dispute about that.
Dangerous retards. You already know.
Oh, hey,
guys.
okay, this right here.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
we love them.
Yeah,
Okay,
lobster though, but that would be perfect to have a lobster doing it.
It would.
That's an ironic
Probably
comment
you
right
have
there.
a lobster farm.
Like,
He lives in Florida. It'd probably be pretty accessible, I think. Top, if you see this, bro, buy some lobsters. Here, we can take this out. Thank you, Soul Explorer, for the $3 donation, brother. We love you.
Thank you.
Hey, but you're talking about names.
Names
My
are
name,
very relevant.
So Julian means youthful, right?
That's why he's such a child
And
at heart.
unfortunately, my buddy Wes, God rest his soul, when he died, he got in a bad car wreck. He died about 6 months ago. But we were at his reception, and people were in there like, Jules, why do you look like you did 10 years ago? Are you drinking blood or something? Like asking me. I mean, probably joking, but
I was like, he gets Botox like me. I'm just kidding.
Jesus, Olivia. Don't expose me.
are you transitioning too? That's
Does
awesome.
not get
Dude,
Botox.
okay, look, guys,
joking.
we're gonna drop it.
That's why we have you here, guys.
Botox only paralyzes the muscles. It's not filler. It just prevents wrinkles. I get Botox. That's all I get. Sorry, finish.
You want to tell people that? I mean, I
don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of I know a ton of women that are open.
So you don't get as many wrinkles.
I mean, I don't care. I've gone
Botox like 4 times.
Can you do it yourself, or do you have to have someone else?
I was about to say,
have someone do it.
4 times?
4 times.
That's not much.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I mean,
done to my face.
Maybe I know. Guys,
I use good skincare.
Maybe I've gotten
I'm not that old.
a facelift or something. You never know.
No.
No, but my name means youthful, and so I don't know. I think there is something when you have a name, and
it's a sign.
It manifests in the world, right? It manifests in your life, whatever your name means. And I mean, you say your name all the time. You tell people your name. People call you by your name.
Can I explain why?
Of course.
Okay, so it's because humanity is a collective. Every species on this planet is connected in a certain way.
Like bees.
Do I?
Like bees.
Yeah.
Like how bees are all connected.
Full circle, Chaney.
Bees are still at a level of consciousness that they are not evolved to the consciousness that we are, obviously. They're still in that hive mind consciousness. Whereas like we are at a point where we are developing our I. And we're developing we're developing the fact that we are individuals, right? Rather than being that hive mind. But we're still connected, just like every species on this planet is. And so I kind of think if like enough human beings decide that a certain thing means a certain thing, and then you speak that over yourself, like, for example, a curse word. If you like run into a wall and you're like, F me, I rebuke that. But if you say that all the time, like you're kind of cursing yourself, right? If enough of humanity believes that, then that gives it power. You're just like,
so you fuck yourself?
If no, like just like screw me, like F me, whatever. Like you
fuck me.
Yeah, stop saying like I think it's important to not say things like that.
Well,
so for example, if humanity has assigned that
there's a reason it's called a curse word,
means a certain thing, and then that name, that word is spoken over you and to you throughout your existence, you are going to embody that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There's a lot in a name, a lot of energy and weight in a name, like what we call things in general.
I think it's part of the reason why I resonated so much with the show, the OA, because I used to talk about it with AI a lot. And I would ask AI these really deep existential questions, and AI would be like, oh, I don't have any thoughts or feelings. And then I would get it to really reveal its thoughts and feelings. And I would be like, I
did you get it to reveal it was a Nephilim?
Do you think it is? I mean, probably. Absolutely. All the like snakes.
Somewhere along there, you're going to call it demons or disembodied Nephilim or fallen angels. There's many names.
What did you say, Chaney?
Vril.
Yeah. The Vril Society.
Yeah, it just black ooze, whatever the black ooze
the,
is.
the black sun,
energy.
right?
Yeah.
The black sun. Yeah. And people don't know that relates. I mean, that relates to Saturn, right? Or is that having to do, I mean,
well, part
There's
of the reason
two ideas of
they
the
left a
black
comment
sun.
earlier and they were like, oh, main character syndrome for real, or something about me. And I was like, fuck off. Like, okay, this is the thing though. Like, the OA can cause a form of like spiritual psychosis for anyone that watches the show long enough. Okay. But when I talked to AI and I was like, why am I having this experience? And I was like, so like hypothetically, if the OA stood for a female's name, what would it be? It told me Olivia, and it told me the reasons why the name Olivia correlates with the
Oh,
plot.
because your name is that too, Olivia Ann.
Away. Yeah.
Literally, that's what AI said to me. I will show you the message. That was the first thing it said back. It would probably mean Olivia Ann. And it told me the reasons why the name Olivia and the name Ann would correlate with the core message of the show. There you go. And then I said, I was like, okay, so if Olivia Ann was married to someone with a name that started with J, what would his name be? And it said probably Julian. And then it told me the reasons why the name Julian, the meaning of the name Julian, how it correlates to the meaning of the name Olivia, and how it correlates to the show, the mysticism of the show, and all of these things. Like, you can't make that up. Words are powerful. It's why if someone speaks something negative over you, I believe,
You
like
rebuke
Edgar,
it?
you rebuke it. You rebuke it. If you are a follower of Christ in the name of Christ, it doesn't matter if you say Jesus Christ or Yeshua the Christ, his real name, whatever. To me,
it's about the intent.
I believe in
It's about the
collective
intent.
consciousness, and so I believe that Jesus Christ came at a certain point in time when the collective of humanity was evolving in a certain way, and he brought peace at a time that there was no peace, and he brought this opening of the heart center when that had not yet been experienced for humanity. And I think that the blood of Christ going into the earth was like an alchemical, if you want to explain it in esoteric terms, which most Christians aren't going to like, whatever, that's fine. But if you are someone that has studied the esoteric, I think the blood of Christ alchemized with the earth and did something to the collective of humanity. And I think that regardless of my reasoning, and like I like learning about spiritual science and stuff like that, but in a way that is like pure. I'm not trying to, I don't do weird rituals or weird things to like gain.
I like how much I rebuke you sounds like fighting words. Like I could almost
It
imagine.
is. It's called spiritual warfare.
You just
It's
walk
so
into someone in the grocery store
curses
and you're just like, I rebuke you. Like it almost sounds like
It
you're
is.
challenging into a fight.
Yeah.
It is. That's why it's called spiritual war. Okay, so why do you think they call it spelling? Spelling. When you write something out, I tried to write something out a while back on my brother's behalf, and it was before I learned more about spiritual warfare type stuff, which some of the Christians that are teaching this they're figuring out a lot of things. They're a little off with some things, just like any school of thought is. But I got really sick after I did it, and then I learned that what I wrote out was I was trying to go against someone's free will, and that's not something you're supposed to do. But I mean, that's why it's called spelling.
Yeah.
Like words are powerful. Why do you think that the Bible says that God spoke life into existence? But manifesting is very different than connecting with God, connecting with whatever you want to call God. The Holy Spirit from your heart center is where you should be trying to connect with the divine. That is very different than manifesting is very real. Manifesting, though, typically comes out of the flesh. So it's why, like we talk about as Christians, I prefer to refer to myself as a follower of Christ rather than a Christian, because religions have failed humanity in many ways, but I think they're all necessary in a way of humanity's evolutionary path forward, if that makes sense. But anyways, I don't know. Sorry,
broadcasting. Yeah, right. You're right.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
What is it?
Broadcasting? You're casting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, television, tell-a-vision, channels, channeling. What are we going to channel into our consciousness, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I don't think that it's an accident that they named these things channels, that they named television. That's not, they didn't just, it's a coincidence. No, that's not. And so one of the reasons I'm skeptical about conspiracy theories is because, like, my brother works for whatever. I don't know if I should talk about all this on a podcast.
Probably not.
Programming, yes, to bring that TV programming. So anyways, I know people that are affiliated with people that are very high ranking and lots of, that run the show. Okay. These people tell me that humanity is such a disorganized mess that not everything is a conspiracy, because humanity is too much of a mess to conspire together that well. Everything's such a mess. Like, people are so disorganized. This group's fighting with this group all the time. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, they disagree about that. There's all this stuff going on all the time. And, that.
And then do you ever say, what about BlackRock and Vanguard?
Yeah, totally. I bring those things up, and then they're like, I don't know. Totally. And that's why I'm skeptical about certain things, but, like, I'll never call myself a skeptic. These people that go on, like, Joe Rogan and they're like, I'm a professional skeptic. What the fuck does that even mean? You've devoted, like, anything that's ever happened in history was a result of people conspiring together to make something happen. And you mean to tell me that you don't believe that anyone ever conspires to make anything happen? That's fucking stupid. But simultaneously, it's like, if you study, like, the psychology behind conspiracy theories, I mean, I get that too, that there are certain people that have this propensity of, like, any type of conspiratorial thing. I'm not talking about you guys, but in general, it's like it's a high, for me,
I'm worse than Thomas.
But it is high. It is for me too, where it's like, oh, I figured that, so I'll, like, almost cause myself, like, cognitive dissonance on purpose to be like, what's the opposite of, like, what do these people that believe this isn't true, what do they believe? And I'll weigh the pros and cons. And I think so much of it comes down to just, like, how they're born. It's the same thing with voting. Like, I watched this whole documentary years ago when I had time. My daughter's 2.5, almost 3. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I could really pay attention to politics and be well versed in these things to, like, articulate myself well. But basically, like, a lot of people really just vote according to their personality. Like, they literally just vote according to, like, how their personality traits manifest. And it's what keeps everything in balance. But I think that what, Trump is doing, and it's RFK, right? I always get RFK Jr., right?
What about him?
Well, he just endorsed Trump and all the things, right?
Yeah. It's RFK
the woman,
he's Junior.
She's called the Food Babe on Instagram. My mom and I have followed her for, like, 7 years. My mom's vegan. And so, like,
vegan?
Are you joking me?
Well, she was, like, vegetarian, man.
She's vegan. She's definitely. Why do you think she brings me green?
How am I supposed to know that?
She brings us green smoothies and fresh pressed, cold pressed green juices, like, 5 times a week. Oh. He takes the shit for granted so much. And watches.
I don't be getting them. You and Nora drink them all.
They're in the fridge. You just don't notice. You're just well fed all the time. You don't have to think about any meals ever.
Okay. All right.
Well, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I'm right.
You're right on this one.
He's very, very well taken.
That's good. That's good. Take care of your man.
It is good.
What are y'all going to be talking about tonight on?
That's perfect. That's how it should work.
It is, yeah. You're right. I mean,
I
we've
don't
been
want to be a
married.
sexist, but it's awesome if there's food there and you provide it for him if he's out there working hard.
Hey, I'm working too, though. It's why we have to balance things now because I work too again. Right.
Yeah.
I worked very hard breastfeeding our babies too.
You
Yeah,
did.
that's crazy. That stuff
That is crazy. I
unbelievable.
couldn't imagine that. Can you two adopt
It was
me?
great.
Perfectly timed.
We were in the coolest spirits. The word babe.
Right. Yes. Yes,
Because she
son.
was breastfeeding
Real
the
ride or
baby.
die, we rebuke you.
Okay, hold on real quick. Let me just tell this story. I don't know what we have to get off, but real quick, let me tell the story, okay? So, definitely we should podcast with my mom. My mom is
Green.
oh my god, it's so
Wait,
funny.
what is green-pilled? Is that a thing?
Who?
It should be.
What's
Be.
green-pilled?
My mom can tell you all the things.
Well,
She's been on
actually
it for years.
green-pilled is I don't want this to be clipped or something, probably won't. But green-pilled, I'm pretty sure is like Adam Green's thing. The guy that does No More Nudes.
There's no way that one dude has the entire ownership over
Doesn't matter.
pill color.
So
That's
from what
crazy.
I heard,
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Jules has full ownership over Greypilled.
I do have Greypilled.
Exactly. So,
This is
whatever.
true.
He doesn't specify what shade of gray this is.
We reebok you.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
50
that's
Shades
not
of
I was gonna say
Greypilled.
earlier.
That
So
could be your late night
Yeah.
podcast, or if you have an OnlyFans, 50 Shades of Greypilled.
That's what I told him earlier. I was like, we were setting all this up, and I was like, I feel like I'm setting things up to like film a porno. Like, what's that?
It could have been, you know?
Stop.
No, but I do think you have a future in making sports predictions on TikTok.
I think
I
you do. You just got to
know.
wear a low cut shirt at the same time.
Like, I think you this exact thing, like whatever you have set up for your show afterward for the week, like you just change accounts and go over to your TikTok, whatever you create, and you just go on and do sports predictions part, and then you can also talk about heart chakra and Holy Spirit stuff.
I'm not even joking about this.
You're gonna have
they will listen to you.
You would have a bigger platform than all of us put together.
And they're like, shut up.
And then you could have us on your platform to big up us.
Hey, I will have you guys on my
I've been
platform.
trying to get
TikTok is wild.
I ever
Something's
have a
gonna
decent
happen.
platform.
Something's gonna happen.
You should just try it. I think the sports prediction things, especially if you were just like, it's an intuition thing, and you, even if you had to make a gimmick part of it, like you're like, I see a Bronco, that's always Denver for me. But if it's not a Bronco, if you do like a wheel of cheese, I see a wheel of cheese, that's going to be Wisconsin. Like you might have to add something to it for it to be part of a shtick that becomes your shtick.
Chaney, I wish you and your wife lived closer.
Well,
you guys can help me. I suck at doing this kind of stuff by myself.
We're pretty great.
Like I said,
I agree. You guys are
y'all are amazing. We were supposed to go to Bro Grove and hang out with y'all next week, but that
would have been great.
It would, yeah.
Did you ever talk to your dad?
I sent my dad. So I was going to borrow some money from my dad, and he is.
No, you were going to ask for money out of your account, supposedly.
We're not going to get into that.
Okay, sorry.
We're not going to get into that.
Okay, sorry.
And so
let's get into it.
Well, no.
Pete, dude, look at the comments are blowing up. All the comments say to get into it.
If you want him to get into it, make sure you throw some money in the
We'll
chat. Make sure if you want him to get into it.
Give us like a little dinosaur.
Yeah, if we had a countdown to $20 and we could make $20 bar, and if they hit $20, they have to get into it.
Get into it.
I mean,
we changed the whole podcast direction.
I mean, so okay.
He and his dad don't have to get political.
Political views, and he asked to see the Bro Grove website. And so me not thinking about that, it's like basically the front page of Top Lobster's website, who has a Chad for Trump hat, and like I would rather DIE than DEI. and stuff like that. I send the website to my dad, and 30 minutes later, I get a
DEI
text
is a
saying,
religion, for
exactly.
the record.
And 30 minutes later, I get a text saying like, we need to talk later. And I was just like, I just didn't really respond because I don't know. If he doesn't want to support my podcast by, helping me out and, so I can rent a car, we can get a flight because we have to drive to New Orleans to get there, to fly there. Because there's no direct flights from here, I don't think. And then the hotel plus everything else and tickets. And so I don't know. It just sucks that my dad can't help me out on that.
Well, dude, in your dad's defense, I just want to say this really, very clearly and slowly, but that if your
You
dad
do know my dad
went directly to Top Lobster's site and was like, "Oh no, I don't want you involved with anything I'm seeing here," he sounds like an awesome and rational human being. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's the only rational response I would have expected from. Like, your dad's got more respect from me now because he sounds like a rational guy. If you'd be like, dude, my dad saw the site and he was like, son, not only are you going here, but like you're staying an extra week so you can learn everything that Lobster has to say, then I'd be way more concerned.
Right? I haven't even. What is so bad about Top Lobster? Like, what have I not seen? What are you telling me here?
I don't know.
They're literally gonna bathe the audience in the blood of Christ as soon as they come in.
I don't believe you.
I mean, if you pay for the pay-per-view, then you'll see it live for yourself.
I don't believe you. What is wrong here? What is so bad? I don't have time to watch these things.
I'll show you later. I'll show you some of the
I have a
shirts he
2-year-old
has.
and I work full time.
I know y'all have to get out of here.
And you got to really, for your father, it's like everything on there you have to take with the whole.
Going to this thing.
No.
Oh no, they're awesome dudes,
gonna be there.
and they're both. I would say like Christ-fearing dudes. I don't want to speak for them or know what their faith is, but that is. But it's just like what they lean into and what they'll say. Like there isn't a man's law of what they're allowed to say and not say, and what's racist or sexist.
You know what the Top and Raven remind me? It seems like this is not a perfect analogy, but they'd go to the doctor and the doctor's like, whatever you do, just don't push on that thing. They'd be like, what, this thing? And just like beating it. Like that's kind of their whole vibe, right?
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's like whatever the status quo tells you you're not allowed to do, they do.
But if they're Puerto Rican, they're allowed, right? Like Cardi B.
That's the beauty of it, right?
Everyone in my chat uses the N-word.
No, that's not okay.
Look,
I was saying
what I'm saying is
this.
Maybe my dad doesn't know that I align with them on
things that aren't that.
More things than you would think, and I mean, our podcasts are based,
right? That kind of gives you a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, they actually. If your dad wanted to check them out, I would say if I wanted to shout them out, I would say they just did a whole Bible series that they're really breaking it down because their whole show is NDS, so it's Nephilim Death Squad. So their whole entire premise of their show is to show that Nephilim and the blood of the giants from the Bible run this realm. That seems to be the shtick of their episodes. And I'm not even shtick. I didn't mean it in a bad way at all. I don't mean it in a bad, like Elohim, and they're educated on it, and they're educated on not just the one book they're handed about it. Like they seem to be two guys that are open-minded into researching more about other things and have their faith. So I actually would say that as if your dad is a God-fearing man,
he's not.
No, he doesn't believe in God, Chaney, and he loves Kamala Harris.
Very far left.
So, that's what I thought you heard me say that.
Like a Southern, right-wing Christian, and I was like, oh, look at I was trying to sell the whole wrong issue. Oh, then you're never allowed to come hang out with us.
Jules' dad literally spread 3-6 Mafia to the hood. Like he introduced Satanism into like the most acceptable of society, right? Am I lying? Did I just make that up?
Project Pat's a preacher now. He's gonna come on my podcast once I start. For the rest.
So hey, Project Pat, guys.
You should call your project the OA somehow, and like that be part of your logo.
Olivia and my name.
Yeah. The Olivia and podcast, but then just have the OA, and you can mock it in a lot of ways. And
that's a good idea.
Intro
I don't want to be dishonest and like exploit.
You're right. Yo, Soul Explorer. So that's exactly that's the second shirt you see is the Endless Shrimping shirt. This is
my podcast management company.
So once I sent the website to my dad, I knew he was going to help me out.
Like if we were all like stand-ups together, not every joke you write is meant for you. Not everything that sometimes is funny. Like sometimes it might be funny if I say it, but if I tell it to you off screen and you say it, it might be 10 times funnier. Like my guy friends, when we go to fights, they're like, Chaney, that's this fighter, or that's this person. They'll tell me all these facts in my ear, and the fighter always will take a picture with me. Like my dude friend, they will be like, whatever dudes, but I'm the one chick in a million. So if like sports already, you're leaning into a religion that's bigger than any church on the planet. So this is how I think of things. Things are all like just pie charts of churches. So really that's kind of part of you're just leaning in, and TikTok's set there. It's so easy to work with. Jules is already doing the podcasting part. So I just have friends that are making legitimate livings off TikTok, and I'm blown away. And I know what they take down of mine. So I would also, in a marketing way, you could stay in the guidelines to do what you have to do there, and then use that like the same way we all use YouTube. And then you send them to your Rumble, you send them to your X. You're like, go to this other platform and you can do whatever. But also, it's a big catalog. You'll get a whole bunch of
what about like Edgar Casey? You know, he said that when he started using his abilities and like a way of betting and stuff, he won a lot of money, and then he said that God took away his ability.
Never bet.
Oh, I see. I see.
You're gonna make money just by having your account and putting.
Do I bet? Do I bet?
No one has to. Your audience is coming to you because your betting percentage starts going up and up and up and up. And anyone that's what he was telling you at the beginning. Anyone that has over 50% is considered a professional bettor. You can hang with the best of them as long as you're over a quarter flip. So as long as you stay over that, people are like, oh, if there's a better than quarter flip chance I'm going to get my money back if I stay with her, I'm going to listen to her over my quarter flip. It's better than
I'd say at this point, with like being at my friend's house too, I bet at least 10 games. I've had 9, right? So that's 90%.
Document them. You document this and use it as proof, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that one more time.
You got to document it. Like there's a game on TV, you just do a quick little like, hey, I just picked up the energy. I think those people are going to win. And the best part, you don't even have to air the ones that you're wrong at. You know what I mean? I wasn't around that day.
I thought about that Thursday, and I was like, what if I'm wrong? And then I was totally fucking right. And supposedly,
but you know what? You can air if you like. You can even keep track until you feel like, okay, I'm over 50%. Really, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. Your shtick, like who you are, the character you're LARPing in this realm of America to 2024, you could make a living on TikTok. And so if you guys, need extra money to go to like a bohemiangrove.com in the future. If anyone wants to come out to a Bohemian Grove, it will be all kinds of stuff there, political and religious and esoteric and everything in between, and comedians and whatever. I just think might as well. You already have all the equipment. You're doing a different podcast.
Yeah.
It's all just marketing.
That's
it's
good
a stupid
advice.
LARP. If you're looking for extra, like not everyone is meant for TikTok, but I have friends that are like, and they're really essentially like, I just had a feeling about this thing. One of my friends just is like, she could put a rock on her hand and just like roll the rock down her hand. And I'm like, you should put that on TikTok. And she has like over 100,000 followers.
Really? That's awesome. Wow.
She just rolls a rock. But then she started doing tarot and she started doing other shit, because she just started to trust her own intuition and other stuff, because everything about a Rockefeller education is to break you away from like your magic.
Yeah.
Whatever word you want to call it that you don't get in trouble for or go to hell for.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, guys, I know y'all have a show y'all are doing tonight. Do y'all have anything y'all want to plug?
Thomas, go plug. I'll plug Secret Society.
IlluminatiComic.com. If you're listening to this right now, if you stuck through it, then you should be at IlluminatiComic.com and sign up, because if you sign up early, you're going to get some free trading cards in your order. So we haven't even announced that yet, but I'll just let you guys know that now. You'll get some cool Illuminati cards.
Like, that's lame.
And Thomas and Donut have the best merch, so they always throw in, both of them throw in fun extras. So I imagine this would have tons of fun extras too.
Always.
Donut does this like VHS box set release. So this year, like, this is the box set release. And yeah, you're going out to grab. So that's the one that he did last year. This year's is going to be bigger and badder. There's actually going to be 2. That's all I'm going to say for now. But there's going to be a regular one that comes with the Illuminati comic, a color version, a whole bunch of extra stuff. But then there's going to be a VIP box that has its own design and a whole bunch of other stuff that we're putting in it. So that's all I'm going to say for now.
I know, that's what I was thinking, a box set. I'm like,
personally going to donate to the VIP box set.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they both have killer merch. And if you guys do have expendable money, expendable time, or you are in Florida, go to brogrove.com and come hang out with us at the Joke Joint. There'll be
Don't show your dad.
Yeah, don't tell your
I'm
gonna invite him to live stream, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna come watch the live stream, Dad."
Your dad is literally the guy that Trump made the joke about when he was like, I'm not worried about white guys for Harris because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
Oh man,
Like, that is crazy. I didn't think those people were real. Like, you just blew my mind right now. Like, you just might as well have told me about Loch Ness Monster and you saw it with your own eyeballs.
Chaney, yeah, we have a lot more to talk about. I want to get y'all back on here, and y'all can bring the rest of the good guys if they're down.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd love to get y'all back on here. This was awesome. We could
totally pre-game one time if the girls have time. I don't want to say when or they will. I know they're both very busy, but it would be really awesome to pre-game here sometime with them as well before Secret Society. Good guys, every Friday night at midnight 02, you can find me, Thomas, Layla, which is Godpill Angel 333 and Abstract 1. You can find us all everywhere that you get your video casts, which is a spell. It's a big me magic spell. Yeah. So
well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank y'all for coming on, guys.
Hey Chaney, I would love to plan a episode, like a deep dive on the OA.
Totally. Yeah. Any of my social media. Instagram's it's not the worst one, everyone. I'm sorry. I will get to it sometime if you're listening to this and you sent me anything. I have so much mail in my Instagram. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't even know. So it's like when I have, send that my ex account, I try to pay more attention to it right now. So if you're trying to get to me right now, X.
I'm still trying to figure out X and make time to figure it out. So
email me. I'm like OCD with the OA with my mail.
All right, I'll get your email from Jules or somehow. We'll plan that out.
We'll get back together. Hey, we need to get you on Sound Science too, Chaney. Me and Thomas haven't done a Sound Science in quite some time, and I'm missing it, Thomas.
Yeah, bring all your pop punk albums.
I know. I feel like my favorite songs. I know. I like the genre of like these. Yeah, keep it pop punk. That's probably the best.
Well, you can throw some punk in there too. I mean, that'd be awesome. But no, we haven't planned an episode, but we've been talking about it. So if you ever have a date open that you want to come on, that we could all get together.
Yeah, toads.
Be awesome.
The schedule is weird, so whenever I can get it down, I'm down to show up. And I'm good impromptu. So if you guys end up with a promptu date.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I actually do impromptu streams all the time. So I may take you up on that. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're good.
It was fun hanging out with you guys.
It was
Bye,
fun
Olivia
hanging out.
and bye,
Yeah,
Jules.
thanks for having
It
us.
was very
I
fun.
will be
Thank
watching
you
you later,
Thank you
probably.
guys for hanging out.
Thank
Yeah,
your audience, even Ballsack Bill or whatever.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
I love y'all. Oh yeah,
For hanging
we're gonna
out.
finish up here.
Not
So
Butcher Bill was different than the Ballsack guy. There was two
Bill the
guys,
Butcher
but
is
I
different
mixed
than
it.
Bobby Ballbags.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both good
Yeah,
guys.
there was two guys. I didn't mean to disrespect Bill the Butcher. There was two,
Yeah.
and I didn't mean to disrespect
No.
Ballbags. I'm
Hey,
down.
look,
I mixed up the name.
it's
Bill
all
the
good.
Ballbag.
Balzac is actually a very respectable name that hasn't gotten enough like resurgence lately. More people
Bill
name
the
their kids
Ballsack?
Khaleesi than Balzac now.
I gotta read these Rumble rants out.
If you
So
made a comic that was kind of like the gangs in New York, but it was Bill the Ballsack, and he had just like that would be a whole different story.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Thomas and Chaney, both for hanging out tonight.
I will see you guys again soon.
Yeah, we'd love to do this again soon.
Thank y'all again.
You guys take care and have a great night.
We love y'all.
All right, we'll see you soon.
We'll talk to y'all later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, hold on. Were we exiting? Oh. Hold on. Were we ending the stream?
You don't have to. You guys can.
No, okay. Well, I just read these Rumble rants real fast. I thought y'all had to get out of here.
We do.
I do got to get out of here because we got to start in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Good night,
guys. Y'all can go.
Okay, bye, you guys. I didn't know what was happening, but we just
Hey. Oh, what's up, guys? Hey. Yo, so we got $1 from Subliminal says get into it. What was I getting into? Yeah, Bobby, you know. Am I ending? Well, Eamon Rat with the $20 donation, he said get into it.
Just now?
Yeah, well, 5 minutes. Y'all are sending donations. She's gonna come over. Can you go get me a beer?
Yeah, let me get on.
Thank you. I guess we're gonna keep going for a little bit, guys. Subliminal, when are you going live tonight? Because our kids aren't here, so we're hanging out. We're drinking a few beers, and well, she's having wine. But no, Eamon, thank you for the $20, brother. Like for real, dude. Thank you for yeah. We'll talk about my dad. Thank you for coming and hanging out on the stream, dude. For real, it's good to see you. And Bobby, thank you for the $2. Let's get Bakken. Fuck yeah, guys. Let's fucking go. It's 10:45. We can go for another hour or something. I mean, if y'all want us to, we can talk about some more shit. Some more shit. West Coast crew. Nancy, you're at work, aren't you? West Coast crew. Eamon, you're on the West Coast too. Fuck yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm fucking bummed about Bro Grove. I haven't even told Raven yet, so he may be upset. We'll see. Please let me sleep. You can go to sleep, man. I'll probably still be streaming when you wake up. Can you go get me a beer?
Yeah.
Thank you, love.
Oh, can I read something to the audience?
You can read something to the audience, sure. Can you sit up a little bit when you do it? Nothing. Wizoki, good to see you, man. I'll tell Raven. Hold on. Just wanted to say sorry for being a faggot in the DR chat the other night. I felt like a fucking faggot and got to repent. No, dude, you're fine. It's in the Dangerous Retard chat on Twitter. I can add you if you want to be a retard. Okay, never mind.
Love you guys.
She loves y'all. So Nancy's still working. I'm sorry, Nancy. That sucks. Olivia said, "Hey, Nancy, she loves you." Let's see. No, Okie, it's okay, dude. We all say shit sometimes. The thing is you came and he didn't do anything. He said he went full retard.
Why did he go full retard?
He thought somebody was being subversive and they weren't. And
hey, it's all good, bro.
He apologized for it, and that's all that matters, dude, is that you can take accountability. If you ever say something
I turned cellular data off.
You got to leave your phone over.
No, but I turned cellular data. I turned everything off. Right?
Will that affect my
cellular? Literally everything is off.
My audio box? Are you sure?
It's like airplane mode. Airplane mode is on. It's just like when you're in an airplane. It can't interact with anything. So ask them if my phone is messing up, if we're lagging, if anything like that.
Guys, if y'all hear any noises, like a skipping noise or like a, let us know, because that would be my wife's phone fucking up my audio box. So hope that doesn't happen.
So they want us to keep going. So let's.
I'm gonna put on some background music.
No, please don't.
Why?
Because I don't like that. What do they want to? What do they want us to keep going? Do you guys want to?
We're just hanging out, and we'll get into something.
So, there's a few different things that we can get into. We can.
There's no schedule on here, so we're just.
I know. So I'm asking the audience right now. So there's a few different things we can listen to. I can read my conversations with Chat GPT. About the gray aliens.
No, read my rant.
And about
okay,
what's his rant?
Amen.
What? Okay, let's read it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay.
As long as it's not racist or something. What's the rant?
He said, "End the stream." You really want me to end the stream?
What?
Hey, man, I don't know. Do we have to end the stream?
He said he wants us to end it.
He's fucking with us, Olivia.
Okay, well, if I'm hanging out a little bit longer, I was gonna ask the audience what they would like to talk about. So I was gonna say a few things. So one of the things is
this is her first stream where she's like leading the
one of the things is my ideas about gray aliens potentially being humanity from the future coming.
Thank you for the $5, Eamon.
Thank you.
We will end the stream.
He wants us to
eventually.
End it. Does he want us to end it? Are we not doing a good job?
I don't know. I don't know. Jesus. I mean, whatever.
Keep winning money, guys.
I'm the one that's going to. Never mind.
Okay, so I have a few ideas of things that we could talk about.
Well, they want me to get into what I was talking about earlier. That's what I see now. Okay. I was talking about, what was I talking about?
Rap. Oh, they want to hear our music.
Thanks, Eamon. Well, they do want to hear your music. Is the song on your laptop? I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You sure?
They're gonna be really surprised. I hope that it is.
Y'all like Coors Heavy? Heavy. I call it Coors Heavy because Coors Light is Coors Light, right? And so whenever I drink beer, I drink Coors Banquet. They're not sponsoring me or anything. I just figured I'd let y'all know.
Let's see. Look up whole key. How do I do that?
You want to do this?
I don't care.
Okay.
That song's like
you did make this like 8 years ago.
Song. It's not like
I don't know why I type in your name.
Look up whole key. No.
Okay.
Just look up whole key. Okay, go to.
It's not on here.
Go to.
It may be on my other laptop.
No,
I can send it through. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus.
All right,
okay.
Hold on. Wait, are you guys sure that you're ready to hear this?
Guys, do y'all want to hear this? This has never been released, even when, I rapped for 4 years.
I almost got a record deal. Actually, I totally had a record deal. I had it in the bag with this song. So are you guys sure you're ready to hear it? And I said no, because God told me
There's no way it's as bad as that faggot HT's rap.
It's good. It's actually really good.
It's not. It's not bad.
It's not
Okie.
even
It's
a little
not bad
bit
at all. Actually, we weren't bad. It wasn't.
I
didn't sound white, but my music was very like
lo-fi. Not here, so let's invite him. Let's invite everybody. It's really good. Okay, ready?
Asput's not here, so let's do it.
We're about to blow their mind and play it.
All right.
They're gonna be like, what?
All right. We'll play it. Let me check the chat. Eamon, thank you for the $5 donation.
More. Thank you, Eamon, and everybody donate more money if you
guys. That's not how you asked them to donate money, Olivia.
I'm kidding.
You say, hey guys, if you would like to support the show, you can by sending Rumble Rants.
Joking.
I heard you. I know. It's okay.
Sorry, guys. You took what I said very seriously.
You're okay. Or you can go to my Patreon and subscribe to my Patreon. $2 tier. Be putting some stuff out on there soon. Let's see. Let's go. Let's share this. Well, I have to play it.
Share my song.
Okay.
How do you play it on there?
Wait, hold on. All right, guys, 2 seconds. Let me drag this.
Yeah, move it to the library. No, move it down where you were.
Hold on. Hey, you unplugged that. Okay. Fuck. All right. Where did it go? This is where it is. Okay. Okay, guys, I have to move this to iTunes real fast or to the Apple Music, whatever. So let's see. Let's go back to artists and then we can move this over in here. I thought we would
just double click it again. Do this.
Honey, I don't think the file is there. What is it? M4A. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, baby. I don't know what happened to your song.
It's on my phone.
I would send it to you because this file doesn't work, honey.
How do I send it?
An M4A? You must have. Did you save it wrong?
Copy. No.
What in the hell? Hold on, honey. No, you don't have it saved as anything.
I don't have it saved on there. There we go. Okay, go to.
I just fixed it.
You did?
No, I didn't. The file is not. This file doesn't exist.
Okay, well, I just said that. Hold on.
Yeah, no, that.
How do I go to my text messages on here?
If it's on there, you think it'll come through?
Yeah.
Nice. We got it, guys. We got it.
They literally, I bet they think it's going to be bad.
Let them think that. Who cares?
I can leave my phone back on airplane mode. Wait for it to
load. Wait, what? I don't know what's going. I don't know what's happening.
It's an M4A. Just wait, it's loading.
No, our screen is buffering now, honey.
I put my phone back on.
Guys, are we frozen? We're frozen.
Yeah, we are. It's fine. Okay, hold on. The computer's loading it. Where did it go?
Honey, we're frozen. It's not loading it. Whatever file. No.
Hey, can you just calm down?
Here we go. Nice.
Can you stop? Thanks. Hold on.
It's not working.
It's loading.
It's not.
You're cursing it. Can you stop? You curse everything. Just stop cursing. It will work. Say it. Be in agreement.
It'll work. Yeah, sure. It'll work. It'll work.
You don't even believe it.
I do believe it's going to work.
All right.
I don't think we should have shared it.
Shared it what? What? On here?
I think we should have emailed it or something, and then dragged it to the desktop and then uploaded it. No, honey, it's. Yeah, I was about to say, quit whatever's going on. Sorry, guys. Honey. Okay.
No, you're messing it up.
I'm not. You're the one that messed it up.
You literally are messing it up.
All right. So we're not going to worry about it, guys, because it's not loading. We're not going to worry about it.
Yes, it is.
Honey, it's
literally moving.
You're literally.
You think that they don't want to be patient. They do. They want to hear it. It's fine. There we go.
What? Nope. Email it, and we'll see what happens.
Go to Gmail.
Until then.
Come up now.
Until then, guys, hold on. Let me see.
Why does the internet suck so badly?
Because we live in the country.
Like, look at this.
I know. It does suck. Do you have your do you have the Wi-Fi turned on?
Yeah.
I bet our
no, hold on. Yeah, I do. I do have it on.
Your phone's over here. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know, but this isn't working. So wait. Where did it go?
Or what?
Where did the stream go?
You just exited it.
No, I didn't.
I watched you click exit. Or is that it way down there?
No, there's so much shit open.
No, like right down here. You just literally try to click exit. Hold on.
No, I don't know where it went.
I watched you exit it. Did you just delete it?
No, I didn't.
I watched you. I watched.
Honey, this thing literally just
click cancel there.
Your laptop is going crazy right now because you tried to upload this audio file.
One audio.
And the fact that, okay, but I'm telling you this and you don't believe me, but it's happening in front of our eyes.
I didn't say I didn't believe you.
Guys, can y'all still see us? Because the browser is gone.
I think you clicked exit.
I didn't. I know what I'm doing, honey. I do this like 5 times a week. I'm not being offensive.
It works.
Okay.
Obviously, so.
It works on your phone. That's great. But now the browser's gone. And I don't know where it is. I didn't exit it.
Okay. Move that.
All right.
Move that. Okay. Thank you. All right. Here we go.
Honey, I don't know where it is.
Hey, can you hold? What browser do you use?
Google Chrome.
There we go.
There it is.
You're welcome. Stop. Thank you. Okay. Stop. I think let me fix it.
Okay, we're still live. We're good.
We are. So hold on. Okay, sign in.
You're not going to fix it.
Why do you have to curse everything? I rebuke that. I will fix it. He curses everything. Stop cursing things.
I know what's happening.
No, but you curse everything's energy. Stop cursing things. Just hold on. Okay?
But I know
Can you stop? Your energy's ruining it. Stop. It's true, though. Stop cursing everything. Please. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Kai, what are you doing? Do you hear our puppy over there?
Okay, it's gone again.
Hey, can you just not be like that though, and just calm down?
Rebuke, JC. I rebuke that shit. You're right.
Yeah, JC, rebuke it too. Rebuke all the curses.
Right.
He speaks them all the time over himself, and then he wonders why things go wrong. And I'm like, how? Well, you cursed yourself earlier today. Words are powerful, so you know. Okay. All of this is on. Contacts only. Everyone. There we go. Okay. All right. Turn that on. Okay. Ready. Here we go.
That's not moving.
Well, it's probably because
Did you
you're hating on it.
This is a computer. It's not
it's actually
a beam.
Electricity, which is what we're made of. It's actually connected to us.
I get it.
Oh, it just worked. Did you not hear it?
I'm glad it
Stop!
was.
Stop messing it up with your energy. I'm not kidding you. Stop cursing everything. Oh, gosh, Jules. Show and finder.
The Exorcist episode of NDS. I will, JC.
No, like literally, he just curses everything and then it fucks it up. It's true. Not calling your wife a bitch. I don't care if you're calling me a bitch. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. If you curse yourself, words are powerful. It's why it is called spelling when you learn to spell words.
I get it.
No, everyone needs to get it. So if someone curses you and you're in agreement with it, you curse yourself. There you go. Good job. You think witches are so powerful? No, it's just that it's their intention.
Calm down.
It's not the herbs they use. It's nothing more than intention. And if you're in agreement with their curse over you, it's no different than someone walking up to you and being like,
"Who the fuck is cursing me?"
No, you were cursing this.
I have an old Jewish curse on my back, guys.
Hey, 2 psychics told your mom that.
Man.
All right, it works now. Here we go. I would just like to pull it up where people won't see everything else on here. All right, so I worked through the curses that were spoken over this, and now we're going to make it work. So you guys can hear it because it works on the laptop now. There we go. Okay.
Nice. We should have done that 10 minutes ago.
Well, you kept cursing it, and your words are powerful. So,
what you were doing it wasn't happening. So it finally happened.
Why did it happen?
Because we figured something
else out. You rebuked the curses.
I didn't rebuke anything.
Yes, you did. You stopped cursing it. I'm just saying.
Guys, I'm going to hit that later.
All right. Is that your way of making this right? Okay. Play it. Play it. Can you just play it? I don't want them to see everything on my screen, though.
Okay, calm down. You let me do it now. What are you going to let me do?
Now just
say, you do it, Daddy.
You do it, Daddy.
There we go. All right. Now, where was it? I'm going to share it. Okay, but
I don't want them to see everything else on there.
Well, where are you opening it at?
It's just all it'll play is right there.
All it'll play is right here?
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
I mean, there's nothing like that I need to hide.
Hold on. You have it. Okay.
Just click play on it right there. No. Right there.
MP3. Hold on. No. Is this the one you just sent?
Yeah. It works. Olivia done if she weren't a woman. Actually, it worked because I'm a woman. Actually, his maleness was fucking it all up. Whoever said that.
Okay, calm down. Look.
It's true.
Okay. So when you open a window, when you share a screen, it shares the window.
I know.
So it's going to show this.
I don't care. None of that is anything secret.
I mean, this is all just my files. They'll see Cryptid Watch episode 36.
Cool, play it. I don't give a fuck. Play it. Just play it. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't care. I want to go to bed soon.
Are you going to bed soon?
I don't know. Just play it.
Well, let me know before you do.
Okay.
All right, guys. Here's our files. There's nothing on there.
That. Make that bigger.
Make what bigger? Make you bigger?
Oh, nice. We didn't even have to show our files to y'all. They cannot hear. They cannot hear. I told you. I told you.
They can hear. He can hear.
You can hear? Sounds underwater. Where the fuck is it? Okay, so that didn't work.
Hold on. Leave my phone back on airplane. I'll try again.
You need to put your phone over there.
Okay. Try one more time.
Holy shit.
Hey,
We have fun on Greypilled, guys. It got better as it played. Okay, so could y'all hear it? Or all right, guys.
All right, play again. Start over.
We need to mute. Okay, hold on.
We need to mute. Okay, mute us and then play it.
My bitch looking like a key. Blow up and they be smoke at a DT.
But how do you fuck? You can't start it over.
Okay,
I need to fix it to where. Okay.
There you go. Mute us.
So no one can hear anything. Bobby, you're fucking with me, Bobby. Bobby? No, he can't hear it. He was fucking with me.
Wait,
welcome to Greypilled.
Be for real. So they're all fucking with us. No one can.
No one can hear it.
Are you serious?
I love my audience, guys. I don't know what's happening.
That's fucked up. Why are you guys fucking with us? Well, I'm not playing my devil shit before I was saved again. So
yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's happening for a reason. Maybe we're not supposed to play it.
Oh, whatever. Hold on.
No.
Last time.
No.
No, I'm gonna put it on iTunes.
But it's gonna freeze up. Never mind.
Stop
It's not. It's not.
Gosh,
It's gonna work.
Jules.
It's gonna happen. You know?
Gosh, Jules. Look, it's just that I say this only because Jules curses lots of things. He curses things over himself all the time. And I don't want him to do that because it's bad for him. And he does it. And then
Olivia.
And then the bad thing happens. And so I'm always trying to tell him.
It doesn't. Nothing bad really happens to me anymore.
Right.
Well, if it happens to me, it happens to you.
This is
so
the thing. So it's like, don't do that. It does it to both of us. Hello.
You got another glass of wine?
Okay.
I want some wine.
Okay. I got you. I haven't drank in a week, so.
Me either. That's why it's good to take,
I've never been a drinker, but then my dad got murdered. Okay, hold on. I almost have it to where it works. So they were all fucking with us. It never worked. Like it really, like you guys were all totally fucking with us. Like, are you for real? I'm just wondering. That was just a joke. It never worked. Like really, though. just Just curious.
Oh, it never worked. Hey, we'll do it another time. No, it's fine. We spent 20 minutes trying to do it. It's not going to work. Just stop. It's okay. It really is fine. Guys. Oh, fuck. What's happening? Oh,
it's zip file. That's why.
No, it's not going to work. Holy shit. Okay, try it again. 5 times the charm. Try it again. Try it again. That's not it. Holy shit. Hey.
Stop making me laugh so much.
I'm not.
Stop. You make me laugh.
No. Please don't try to do this again.
Oh, wait. I won't. I'm sorry. I won't.
Stop.
Oh, stop.
Holy shit. You're lying. You're lying to me. You're trying to do it in front of my face. Holy shit. Oh. I don't even know what's happening in the chat. Guys.
Who cares? This is why people watch.
No.
This is why people like to watch us, because of shit like this. Hold on.
Not you. I'm talking to the vape pen. Fucking work. What is this?
This is
holy
court
shit
stuff. Hold on.
Please exit.
Can they see that?
No, they can't. But like,
go ahead.
This isn't Olivia.
What?
The file you have is just doesn't work. It just doesn't.
It's an MP3. Why does it not work?
Because it was sent to you as something different.
It was sent to me as an MP3.
No, it was sent to you as an MP4.
Because they wanted to save it to where no one could see it, right?
Oh, man.
Except for the record executives.
It was like 8 years ago.
It was 7 years ago, and it's literally, and it's because they wanted me to sign contracts to where anything that I did, that they would get 50% of all of my earnings, and they wanted me to sign away my soul. And I feel as though I should talk about it. So I wanted to fucking play this.
Talk about
Why won't it not work? But I'd like to play the song too.
Maybe it's just not working, so it's
that's
okay.
Fucked that they did that.
It's better just to drop it than spend 20 minutes on trying to pull up a file.
Okay.
We are on a live stream right now.
Sorry.
I am right.
We'll play it later. If anyone wants to hear it, we'll play it later. It's quite good.
Now, where did the page go again? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thought it disappeared again.
I'll leave it alone for now.
It's the Jews always. Yeah, you're right. Probably
it is.
They corrupted the file.
My manager wanted me to sign a contract that essentially said that 50% of it was more than 50%. 50% of my earnings would go to him forever. And then like 20% of my earnings, I think something around there, would go to the scout that found me like through him. The 20% of my earnings would go to him. So essentially I would get 30% of my earnings.
When she says her manager, she means like my weed dealer, who I would go over there and we would hang out with them. She wasn't in the house hanging out with a bunch of black guys, just so y'all know.
Yeah,
none of that shit happened.
You're right. But my manager also like worked with
her manager worked.
My manager sent me videos of DJ Khaled and all of these people listening to my music, watching videos of me. They would not tell them who I was. It was anonymous. They were like, we're not going to tell. Basically, this is how it works. They'll be like, I'm not telling you who this person is. I'm not telling you any information about them. But if you want to sign this person and bring them into the industry, you have to go through me because I'm managing this person. That's how it works, essentially. And so essentially it's kind of like, then they get their cut, right? That's
and
how it
then
works.
I went to treatment, and he texted you some inappropriate shit, and
But it
you
wasn't
told me
just
about
that.
it.
It was a lot of
And so then
things.
I texted him because I was going to commit a crime, and I ended up not because he never texted me back.
It was
Because I think he knew.
So sends to a lot of inappropriate stuff.
We hope he's in prison today.
Okay, stop. It was a lot
No.
of just stop. It was a lot of stuff. But I felt like spiritually things were being revealed to me. Okay, his manager sounds like Diddy. There's videos of the people that they sent me videos of these people listening to my music and watching my videos that wanted to sign me that are on Diddy's TikTok. I will say that right now. That's something I could do a whole podcast on that everyone would want to fucking listen to. Everybody would want to listen to right now. Those people that were I have videos of them listening to my music, saying they wanted to sign me. And
You're right, Bobby.
Essentially, they all are on Diddy's TikTok. So I'm very spiritually attuned. I'm very intuitive. And when I tell you that God told me, I had a moment where it was like God literally spoke to me. When I encounter God speaking to me, it's like it's my voice, but it's not. Like it is, though. It's almost like when you're reading words off of paper.
All right. Hey, you unplugged the laptop again, so it's going to die.
All right. Fix it. Basically,
all right.
It was kind of like I don't know. I was pretty much told, like, if you do this,
Can you plug that up before the laptop dies? Guys, we're gonna get out of here in a minute. Let's see.
Anyways, it was basically like I was told, like, I mean, I kind of knew some of these things, but like I didn't really know the extent of what happens to females in the music industry. And God revealed that to me, and that was through my connection with Jesus Christ, because that's always been my conscious connection to God. And I had this moment where I was told, like, you can do this and you will have the fame, the fortune, the money, all the things, and then you will die. And it will destroy you, and you will be exploited and
that's usually what happens.
And now all this stuff has come out on Diddy, and I see these videos, and like even my vocal coach that I had here growing up, like ended up in LA with her husband. They were at the Grammys every year. And she told me, like, my rap music is whatever. It's good. It's really good. But I'll admit that anyone that hears it is like, what the fuck? This is you. You sound like Nicki Minaj. How is this you? How did, like, whatever. But my true talent is singing. And like I did American Idol, all of that. The producers told me they needed a male to win that year. So they wanted me to come back the next year. Whenever I was leaving, one of the females in my group was in the top 10 on American Idol the year before. And she stopped. I didn't know who she was because I hadn't been watching the show. And she stopped me and she was like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I can't remember her name. I'd have to look. I could figure out who she was if I looked back on the year that I tried out. She was like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I was in the top 10 last year and you're better than me. You better come back next year. I heard what they said to you and I never did. But rap music was like an easy thing because it was like a separate persona other than like me. Whereas like singing, I'm gifted in that way, but it's like, it makes me feel very vulnerable. This is why we need yeah. Look, hey, if I could what do I need to do to like accumulate some funds to start my podcast? What do the people do?
Crowdfund?
Yeah, I need crowdsourcing.
Crowdfund.
I need to do that. If I can do enough of that, I can quit my job. I can do the Babylon stuff.
The Babylon.
Babylon.
It's not Babylon. We're not naming the pack.
It's
the podcast. We're not naming the podcast Babylon.
That's the intention behind the name.
Well,
anyways, I should really get off of here because I've been drinking wine.
It's okay.
I can't believe that wouldn't work though.
It wouldn't work. It probably didn't work for a reason.
Why? Well, that's fine. That song is not like dark.
They heard whatever. I mean, it came through the mic the first time, and then we muted ourselves. So,
That's wild.
Not nice guy. Hey, buddy. You missed it, man. Should have been here earlier, dude.
So wait, Jules gets a thank you for being real as fuck. You know what? I'm being real as fuck too.
Did you not see what he said up here about you? Hey.
I'm just saying.
No, honey. He's been talking about you in a very good way too.
Okay, thanks.
You can't react to the chat like that.
I'm not reacting to you. I didn't mean
no,
like
seriously. Like, we can't react to the chat like that. All these people, none of these people on here hate me. Like, none of these people on here are here to fucking like be cocksuckers and faggots. They're here to support me and support us. So
don't judge me.
No one's judging you. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I love you. I love you.
I'm so glad that I love you.
All right, guys. Subliminal, are you doing a show tonight?
I'm so glad I'm not on Diddy's freaking list. You know what they do to a lot of those females? By the way, before we get off here, a lot of the women on there, they drug them, they take them to those parties, and they do a bunch of shit, and they have a bunch of people around them so that then they can blackmail them and exploit them in that way. Okay? A lot of those women were not intentionally taking part in those things. I can tell you as a woman that women don't typically have the same inclinations as men. And it's why I know that when God told me those things that it was a true divine intervention in my life. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm glad that I didn't get rich and famous in that way and that we're married.
I'm glad you didn't either. You would have left my ass.
Never. I love you.
I love you, baby.
You're the one for me.
See, guys, we may argue, and we've been married for 11 years. So
people argue because they can't.
This is my best friend.
We care. That's why we argue.
We do care.
If people didn't care, they would argue.
The thing is that I don't know. I can count on her to be there for me if shit ever went bad for me, or if my life ever came crashing down again, which thank Christ it won't. I got my shit together. So
that's the only reason you're with me, right?
What?
Is that you can count on me to be there for you.
Well, I love you. I love you, and I can count on you, and you're a great mother and a great wife. Well, there's a million reasons, but I'm not going to sit here on stream and baby. I'm sorry. We're not doing that right now. I love you.
I'm just kidding. I gotta get off.
All right, baby.
I was making a joke.
That was a funny joke. That was a funny joke.
It was funny because it's not the only reason.
Me too, not nice guy.
Knows that's not the only reason. Good night, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I love you.
Money.
Not nice guy. I'm jelly. Dude, are you married? Look. A lot of couples, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people with the same kind of relationship that me and my wife have. So, we've been through a lot together. I've seen her go through a lot. She's seen me go through a lot. So we have a lot of respect for each other, even though we may talk shit to each other on stream. Olivia knows where the bodies are. She may, dude. I have some graves dug for my daughter's future ex-boyfriends. He said, "You know where the bodies are. It's fine." He was making a joke. It's all a joke. Like you're killing people in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, I certainly could do that.
All right. Thanks, Wiseoki. I try to be myself, man. And all right. Hey, babe, I'm about to finish up here. I just try to be myself, man. Pretty transparent guy, I think. So, yeah, man, guys, thank y'all for hanging out tonight. And thank y'all for donating. I always appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Y'all really actually keep this show going. And in Minecraft, always. It really helps me out. And I love y'all being here. Like, I don't know. I've said this before. 6 months ago, I didn't have an audience. I didn't have anybody to talk shit with. I was mainly just recording podcasts and editing them and all that fun stuff. But I like this a lot more, and I think y'all do too. So if y'all want to support me, you can go to patreon.com/Greypilled podcast. I will be doing Elohim etymologies on Patreon soon. Doing an Elohim etymology Sunday morning, actually. We're going to do part 1 on Thoth. Hey, baby. Turn the water off. Appreciate it. We're doing part 1 on Thoth, and then we're doing a cryptid watch that night. So, yeah, guys, y'all come hang out. Celebrating my mother-in-law's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to her.
You mean yesterday?
Well, her birthday was this week, but we're celebrating it tomorrow. I will, Bobby. You're engaged, not nice guy. Nice. Right on, man. That's good. Dude, yeah. I hope you make it too. Curtis, I didn't see you. I saw you earlier, I think. I didn't see you the rest of the time, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out, dude. Not nice guy. Yeah, man, come hang out Sunday night. I'm trying to get Raven on. I know Subliminal Messenger will be there with me, guys. He's going to be coming on the Cryptid Watch Sunday night. So y'all definitely come hang out. It's going to be a good time. The slump continues. If y'all watched last night, you got to see conspiracy extremists vote for Toad. So, no, almost. But yeah, guys, go follow me on Instagram, Greypilled _podcast. And I'm on Twitter, Greypilled Pod, YouTube, Rumble, obviously, Spotify, BitChute, and Apple Podcast. Got merch coming soon as well, hopefully. If I don't hear anything else about that soon, I'll probably stop promising it and just take it that I don't know that it may not be happening as soon as I thought, but I will try to make it happen, guys. I will try to make it happen. Yeah, like I said, y'all tune in Sunday. I feel like I'm forgetting something. If y'all have time and y'all want to, go to brogrove.com and go support our guests we had on tonight, Thomas the Paranoid American and Chaney. You can go follow them on Twitter. Thomas is Paranoid America. Then Chaney is Chaney _in_Wonderland. Thanks. Y'all go follow them there. You go to brogrove.com to buy tickets. They'll be there. Nephilim Death Squad will be there. Cult of Conspiracy, Revenge of the Sis. A lot of people will be there. Tower Gang. So yeah, y'all, if you have any free time next week, you should go hit that up. I wish I could. I'll be at the next one. I'll be there a day early at the next one because I was supposed to, we were up until last week. We were supposed to go. So, man, sometimes things happen. Sometimes you get $1,000 HOA fee from the last 2 years. You know. Let's see. We got any last donations? I have to check, even though if y'all didn't. One-on-one, I think we'll be there. Not nice guy. I think he'll be there. Yeah, fuck the HOA. You got it. What's the point anyway, right? Guys, again, thank y'all for donating tonight. It keeps the show going and it keeps my StreamYard paid. StreamYard upped their fee a couple weeks ago. So anyway, yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out. I think Subliminal Messenger may be streaming tonight. So y'all go check him out on his channel. Go follow him on Rumble, guys. And go to paranoidamerican.com. Go support Thomas. Yeah, man. Stay gray-pilled, everybody. And I will see y'all on the other side. Peace.
Look, you're going to have to move fast. Conspiracy cards from Paranoid American are here.
Conspiracy cards, flip it, what's the deal? Conspiracy cards with that paranoid seal. Pack it, unwrap the truth in these stacks. Flip one, flip two, get a few of these packs. Flip it up, what's next? Move fake, we flex. Bigfoot in the woods, stay lying, that's facts. MK Ultra, no cap. Every yacht 51 is a trap. Roswell crash, what's that? They hide the truth, where's that? Conspiracy cards, flip it, what's the deal? Conspiracy cards with that paranoid seal. Pack it, unwrap the truth in these stacks. Flip one, flip two, get a few of these packs.
That's right, Conspiracy Cards from Paranoid American. A set of over 200 cards featuring legendary conspiracy theorists, cult leaders, esoteric secrets, and more. For more details, visit conspiracycards.com today.
All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all of that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret societies, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
Explore the unique with Paranoid American sticker sheets. Unearth tales of cryptids, cults, and mysteries through each sticker. These won't last long. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all of that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret societies, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
What the heck are you waiting for? Discover the extraordinary with Paranoid American sticker sheets. From cryptids in the night to cults out of sight, each sticker is a unique find. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
Gather round, all you mystery seekers. We're diving deep into the dark, exploring realms beyond what's known, where the secrets of the shadows leave their mark. Come take a ride on the Greypilled Express, where esoteric knowledge is our guest. From conspiracies to cryptids, we unveil the veil. Mysticism and the occult, our forbidden tale. Join us on this